What up, everybody? How you doing? Darth Gaming, welcome back to the Trophy Club. Love you, members of the channel. You guys are great. We're gonna play some games soon, very soon. I've been itching. I need to find like a killer app that has some multiplayer action that members of this channel and I can all play together. It'd be good fun. We had a really good run with Fall Guys, and then that kind of fell a little bit out of favor. We played some Predator Hunting Grounds back in the day. That was fun. Of course, Knockout City. Anyways, hey, Mr. Roundtree, how you doing? Rashad, good to see you. I see the girlfriend is stalking me. She never says anything in chat. She only text messages me just to let me know she's here. Her and I went out for some really good Chinese food, and I got some leftovers, and I'm an idiot. I forget. I bring home leftovers just to rot in my refrigerator for 3 months before I throw it away. I know that's gross, and not literally 3 months. Maybe I have some bread in there that might be a little old. I think the bottom line is I need to clean out my refrigerator a little bit more. If there was a trophy for it, like if someone handed me like a trophy every time I cleaned out my refrigerator, I would do it daily. Sergeant says Fall Guys wasn't very fun. I thought Fall Guys was a blast. And I'll still do Fall Guys. I'm going to still play some Fall Guys. Yeah, you guys are going to hate it. Am I getting PSVR 2 this week? Yes. I got an email from Sony. And they offered to send me a PSVR unit. And I'm like, sure, thank you. I really wanted to cover PSVR 2. Honestly, I had a blast covering like the original launch VR unit. It was just too hard for me to create content. Like I did some streams. I did an Impatient stream, which was a fun playthrough. I absolutely enjoyed it. But it's just hard because I couldn't see. I have 3 monitors. I have a Go XLR mixer. I have 2 Stream Decks. I don't know. I got a lot going on here. I got a chat. It's hard to do when you can't see, but the pass-through on PSVR 2 seems very promising. And the fact that it's just a single cord, like the big bulk cables that were on the other one, I felt like it was just like weighing my neck down back. Like someone was pulling my hair. I should try the Last Clockwinder. Thank you, Velvet, for the recommendation. Is that a VR unit? Did you buy VR, Velvet? Do you have it? I don't know if the Last Clockwinder is a VR game or not. There's so many games that are out. All right, guys, if you haven't figured it out, we're just going to kind of have a sit down and chill chat here. I want to, of course, it's Monday, so I want to review what you guys have been doing the past week, you trophy hunters out there. If you guys have any awesome trophy pop videos on PS5, you can share them. Use hashtag trophy share. You can see it right down here somewhere. And and we'll watch it together. I want to do something I haven't done. Well, not like, I guess I have talked about this before, but what I want to do is grade my last platinum, which was Hogwarts Legacy. I want to look at the trophies to this game. I want to talk about the trophies of this game, and I want to grade the trophies in this game. A to F. I guess we can have an S tier, right? Isn't that what the tier thing is? Everyone does. But I want to go through this list because there are some trophies that I liked and some trophies I didn't like. But yeah. And then, hello, Honeydew Williams. Get the Trophy Club. I love you guys. And then I saw something on Kind of Funny Games. You guys, obviously, most of you guys know who they are. And they did a episode of their podcast, their PlayStation podcast called PS I Love You. And they did a trophy commandments list. They have the 10 commandments for trophies. And I wanted to react to that with you guys. And I saw a little bit. I didn't see everything, but I saw a little bit. And I kind of want to... I have some thoughts. And I think we, as a collective group, myself with you guys, I feel as if we can come up with maybe a better Ten Commandments list. Maybe it's not. Maybe their list is perfect. Maybe. That would be... So I think that'll be fun. And if you guys have anything else we can react to trophy-wise, I would definitely be interested in that. I'm just kind of winging it today. It's planned winging it. I'm like, I should... I thought of a couple things I wanted to talk about, but... Let's go ahead. Let's look at our trophy shares. Let's look at trophy shares. I got to get a little jingle for this or something. We'll call it your trophy shares. We're going to kick things off with a trophy share from Becky. Becky delights us with multiple trophy shares every week. God bless her. And she, like many of you guys, have got Hogwarts Legacy and been playing through it. And I want to know what you guys here, chat, think of Hogwarts Legacy. Like, where do you rank it? Like 1 to 10, where do you put Hogwarts Legacy? Hey, Christy, how you doing? Oh, you were at a 98 out of 100 hit combo yesterday? You rolled into a rock and got hit? That happens to me a lot. I get stuck in a lot of rocks. And I get stuck in rocks out of combat. Like, I straight up get stuck more than anybody else. And that is partially because if I'm looking for collectibles, I'm typically scouring every square inch of surface. Floor, ceiling, walls. I'm looking at everything. And unfortunately, I sometimes don't look where I'm walking, and I end up into a trap. I got out of bounds in The Last of Us, the very first game. I sent Naughty Dog an email or PlayStation. I think I don't know who it was. I think it was. I don't remember. I think I tweeted it to them. It's a little thing, and they said, "Oh, thank you. We'll fix it," and they never did. But you can, like at Tommy's Dam, when you first get led into the dam, there's a fenced area that's just blocked off to you, and inside it with a bunch of boxes and miscellaneous stuff. Somehow I jumped over the fence, and then I just was walking through the boxes. They were actually hollow. They weren't really there. It's just interesting. I see a lot of you guys giving Hogwarts a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. Dr. Chipotle said 7. So that sounds like an honest review score. Reese says 7 out of 10. Pretty good, but find combat a bit boring. It's fair enough. Christy wants a GTA online mode to this. Velvet says here they lost a few points. For an annoying lack of explaining a lot of the things in the game. Plus the rewards for the grind things weren't anything to hoot and holler about. The sentence went a little off the rails there, Velvet. Oh, Velvet be drinking over there. I love it. Sergeant says I'll give it an 8 of 10. All right. Pitten says I'm waiting for the PS4 release. Right on, man. Right. Becky said 8 or 9. It was better than what I was expecting, and I added a word in there because I can't read. I actually, it was a lot better than I expected, but I'm not a Potterverse guy. Like, I just learned that they're making new movies or made new movies. Something about a book of monsters or something. It's embarrassing. I saw it when I was going on to the HBO app last night. By the way, we ought to probably talk about that Last of Us episode. It was really good. It was really good. Really, really, really good. What did you guys think of The Last of Us? I don't know if any of you guys saw it. It kind of covered 2 chapters. It went through, they started off at Tommy's Dam, which is technically outside Jackson. Jackson you saw in part 2 at the very beginning. The snowball fight trophy was there. I remember locations based on trophies, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys are like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Anyways, they spent a lot of time there, and not at the dam. You saw the dam, and they referenced the dam, but anyways, they went through there, and then they went out to Eastern Colorado University, and you guys remember what happened to Joel at the end of that chapter, and that's where the show ended. So I don't want to give you guys too many spoilers, but it was really, really good. I should watch the Harry Potter series. Yeah, see, I was hang on. Like, it's not that I didn't want to watch it. What year did Harry Potter movie come out? Now, I know you're going to say, Brian, well, these were books. Could have read the books. I don't read books. All right, so the first one released in 2001. I was 25 years old when Harry Potter's first movie came out. So yeah, it wasn't marketed to me ever. Now it's a little bit more wide appeal. Everyone, all the ages, but at the time, I was busy doing other things. I was kind of in the period where I wasn't even gaming. I'd gamed all my life up to that point, and then in my mid-20s, early to mid through my mid-20s, I didn't play much video games. I was in my 30s. What was I? Let's do math. I was born in 76, right? So that's 25. I wasn't in my 30s. November 14th, 2001, and then they had one in 2002, same date. And my goodness, how many movies are there? From 2001 to 2011, there were 8 of them. That's a lot. Oh, you were in your early 30s, yeah. You were right around the corner. What are we ranting about? I'm not ranting. I'm chatting. We haven't ranted yet, have we? We're about to. All right, so as I was saying, we're going to go review the Hogwarts Legacy trophy list. We'll grade it, but not right now. We were about to kick off the trophy shares before I went all ADD on you guys. All right, so anyways, Becky, congratulations on your finishing touches trophy. What was finishing touches? I don't remember. I was worried about this one as there's no way to track it, but it popped rather early in the story. What is that? Too loud. Well, hang on, I gotta start over because I didn't see it. Oh, I like the the combat. it was fun, but it didn't get fun until like the third act of the game. When you start getting some really good combinations of spells and you kind of put them together in combat. Then once it started opening up, I thought it was great. I didn't really like the whole spell binding where you had to hit the R2 and then the I don't remember the spell slots. Oh, well, good to hear, Harvey 420. 420. Speaking of, I had to go to the dispensary today. I had to get my anxiety medication. All right, Becky, with Hogwarts Legacy, room with a view. Oh, you went up the stairs, Becky. You didn't fly up the broom. Let's start over. Yeah, I flew. When you fly up there with the broom, though, and haven't unlocked the elevator thing or whatever, you have to fast travel out of there. You get locked in. Well done. That trophy, by the way, is for visiting the highest point, the highest room in Hogwarts Castle, the headmaster's office. Kind of reminds me of the old Assassin's Creed trophies where you climb up to the highest, whatever it was. Yes, and I did get a Big Mac for lunch. I was replying to Holly, who sent me a... I'm going to force her to use the YouTube chat one day. All right, Becky also got the Merlin's Beard trophy. I think we need to talk about... We're going to talk about this one when we get to the trophy grading section of this stream. Because...
Not so tricky after all.
Yeah. The Merlin trials were fun. The first dozen times. Maybe the first 30 or 40. Not the last 50, though. There was 95 total. I have spoilers for the conversation later. Zoot Sax! Platinum number 212. Congratulations, Zoot Sax. Last day of Lazarus. Is that how you say it? A 12 quid risk, but quite... Alexa, what is 12 quid in real money? $12.5 US. All right, Alexa, what is 12.5 times 12? 150. What? Zoot Sack spent $150 on this? I think Alexa's... I love, by the way, can we just point out the fact that Alexa knew what I was talking about when I said real money? She still answered it. All right, gaming is fun. Platinum trophy for Hogwarts Legacy. Platinum, in case you guys were unaware, when the game first launched, it was broken. There were some broken trophies, broken tracking. Some people are still having issues with it. And unfortunately, I've gotten hundreds of messages from people asking me how to fix their trophy problems, and there's something I can do. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But they did do a patch, and he got the platinum, and I also got the platinum too, by the way. I think I mentioned that the other day. Not exactly the most exciting trophy pop video, unfortunately. But there you can see all the collections. There's 600 items right there. And that's not even counting the 95 Merlin's beards or Merlin's trials. Oh, $14? Are we back to the quid thing? Lil Stoney in chat says, I'm happy to fix the collector's edition trophy. I made it my 1000th platinum. Woo-hoo! Yeah, congratulations, 1000 platinums to Little Stoney. Nice. Merlin needs to get his stuff together. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. All right, so Gaming is Fun also got the platinum trophy for Memoir Blue. I had not heard of this game. No video, it's just a screenshot. Leah Monroe, our crazy Canuck, got the Stray platinum. It's always good to see a Stray pop, right? We love Stray around these parts. All done. It's a great name of a platinum. You know, isn't it? All done. That's all you need to say. All done. All right. Derek, Sergeant Army 2. Meow meow, he says in chat. He got the Going Through the Potions trophy. I like the name of this trophy. Going Through the Potions. I like play on words. Play on words are fun. That was for creating each of the potions, right? You had quite a little setup there. Like, are you starting like an Etsy store here or something? What is going on? He's got this whole manufacturing facility. He's just making every potion. He doesn't even know he's just clicking things. That's like speedrun potion making. Nice job, Derek. Sam Morgan got the God of War 2018 Feels Like Home bronze trophy and Best Dressed trophy share. Today is my 2nd anniversary of getting a PS5, so I'm playing a lot of games to celebrate. Isn't most of us on our 2nd anniversary? Congrats to Sam on that. He also got to Stroke the Rabbit PS4 version. He says he's playing a lot of games to celebrate, but he's playing PS4 games to celebrate his PS5. I love it. D Roundtree, he's a Trophy Club member as well in chat. He got the Cyber Shadow Platinum. Ninja Master is the name of the trophy. What is this? This looks... I'm intrigued by this. Hang on. I'm intrigued by this. Is it one of those silly, like, cheap, quick platinums? Because they still exist. As much as Sony says that they're made them go away, they still exist. Not nearly as prevalent, though. Sam Morgan got the 2018 God of War Enchanted trophy. And Becky got not a trophy. Oh, the great curling shot. We looked at this last week. Let's look at it again. Let's look at it again. Becky, you're getting a double. Here we go. This is a great shot. This is a great... I don't know. I've never pulled a shot like this off. She's going to come to the corner and push both of these red balls off. I mean, she bounced off all the 3 balls there. She left her balls in the blue. I hate when the balls get blue. And then he kicked off the red balls. And I hate when you kick balls because they turn red. I did like kickball in grade school, by the way. Yeah, so that is... that is the trophy shares. Thank you, guys. Next Monday, I will be going through. If you guys want to tweet out your very own trophy share, just go to your PlayStation, go tweet out, share, tweet, and you add hashtag trophy share. That's it. Kickball is the world sport. Some say it would be soccer. I am not one of those people. I'm with you, Carol. You got the collector trophy yesterday, Claymore? Yeah, it was glitched until the new update. It's good that it's working now. We have a Jacob, Sir Squatty Jacob sighting in chat. How you doing, buddy? All right, that was fun. Abe says I still haven't gotten a platinum this year. Is that true? Is that true? Really? All right. Recently, I've platinumed Hogwarts Legacy, and I know many of you guys have as well. And now that I finally have the platinum, I have decided to go back and grade the trophy list. We're going to go S tier, then A through F, I guess, right? Isn't that how we do it? Doing this live here on YouTube. So if you guys have any insight, feel free to let me know in the chat. So let's go ahead and I'm not gonna grade the platinum just yet. We'll end on the platinum. We'll go through, and I'll give you my thoughts. We'll do some of these. We'll do. Well, let's just go through. We'll see how this goes. All right. So starting off here, we got the sort who makes an entrance. You guys see this just fine. I don't need to go super big, do I? This is a complete the introduction and finish the sorting ceremony. Of course, this is the prologue tutorial. I'd argue that the first 3 hours of the game is a tutorial. More than that. I mean, if you're learning new mechanics all the way, it never seems to end. Which is awesome that they have that much different content in the game. But yeah, it's listen, I'm not going to grade it. This is a pass-fail situation here, and it's a pass. You want to have a trophy at the beginning of the game. This is a very basic story-related trophy, but you want to hear the ding. You want to give people that little ding so they know. You give them, you put the little carrot out there, and hopefully they follow it all the way to the Trophy Triumph Platinum Trophy. Excuse me. After that, we have 4 map chamber trophies. Goes to the town, all the way down to the Wise Owl. This is for finding the map chamber as Slytherin, finding the map chamber as a Hufflepuff, as a Gryffindor, and as a Ravenclaw. So it's 4 playthroughs basically, but you only have to play up to the map chamber. So what I recommend you do, if you look at the first trophy here, again, the sort who makes an entrance, complete the introduction, and finish the sorting ceremony. When you get to the sorting ceremony, I recommend you create a save to the cloud or USB. Back it up. Don't delete it or don't let it get overwritten. That way, once you've completed your game and you have to go through 3 more times to get to the map chamber, you just load up your sorting ceremony save slot, choose the next house, and then go from there. It's only saving you 15-20 minutes, but when you're doing it 4 times, 3 times back to back, presumably it gets obnoxious. And as far as grading these trophies, at first glance it's obnoxious. It's like, oh my god, I got to do this 4 times. And when you play through it, it is a little brutal. You're doing the potions class, you're doing all the same things. You're running the Hogsmeade. I mean, you're doing the same conversations. And perhaps the one thing trophy related I hate the most about Hogwarts Legacy is there's no skippable cutscenes. So you have to watch every cutscene all over again 4 separate times. So on that note, Well, I guess before I give you the grade, I like what they're doing with these trophies. It makes no sense when you really look at it. Like, why? What's the purpose of this? But really, the purpose is to show the player that depending on which house you choose, the story plays out slightly different. 80% of the first few hours, and it takes you about 3 hours to get to the map chamber. From the sorting ceremony, maybe a little less than 2.5 hours. But so I like that they show you that based on which house you are, things play different. You have different starting rooms. You have just different conversations and whatnot. So I get what they're doing. It's just when you can't skip the cutscenes. If you could skip the cutscenes, these would be perfectly fine. So I'm going to give it a D. All 4 of those are getting a D. Like, I get what they were doing, and the intent is perfect. The execution is not. All right, next up is attend your first class. Story-related trophy. 90% of trophy hunters on PSN profiles got to this point in the game. You can see where the drop-off happens. You also can see with these the map chamber trophies, 23% got Slytherin, 16 Hufflepuff, 23 Gryffindor, and 24 Ravenclaw. So Hufflepuff is the one house no one's choosing, like by a wide margin. Like all the other 3 are equal, like 23, 24%, and then 16 for Hufflepuff. So poor Hufflepuff. 10 first class, again, story related. This is a pass fail. We're just going to give this another pass. Story related. Troll with the punches. Survive the troll attack on Hogsmeade. Again, story related. Troll with the punches. They get points for the name. They get points for the troll with the punches. I like it. Pass. That's a keeper. See, these are all story related. We're just going to go pass on all of them, because they're story related trophies. I don't like more than maybe 10 story related trophies in a game. I like to keep the rest of the list open for more fun opportunities. But Hogwarts Legacy wasn't too egregious one way or the other. Rising from the Ashes. This is the rescue the Phoenix. Is this a side mission? I don't know if this is a side mission. But the actual rescuing of the Phoenix was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. We'll give that a good solid B. Grappling with a Graphorn. Subdue the Lord of Shore. This is another side quest thing, I believe. That was fun. That was a fun quest. I'm going to give that one a solid A. That's right. It was fun. The one who mastered memories. View all pensive memories. This one I got and didn't even really go for it. If you're just going for 100%, it's fine. What was the those little this is the what are those things called? What were those? Hang on, let me look it up. What is going on with my computer here? All right, let's give me a second here. Oh, this is a story-related one too. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is it's a good one. We'll give it a B. It's a good story. The Hollowed Hero. Wield a deathly hollow. It's a good one. We're just gonna give all of the story-related ones passes or Bs, whatever. We're gonna call it the same. Defeat Ran Rock. It's a story-related. I don't know if it's a spoilery thing. I apologize. The Seeker of Knowledge. Win the House Cup. That's the final repository quest. Is the name of the quest. I like it. It's good. Avenging Gazelle. Complete Natsei One's relationship line. The relationship lines are the side quests in the game. And I thought most of the side quests were pretty well done. How many quests were there? 6? 7. There's 7. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously you're not going to miss it. It's or you shouldn't miss it. The Defender of Dragons, Save a Dragon. This is part of the Fire and Vice main quest. That's right. Yeah, the story-related trophies are good because the story is actually good. So, Poppy Sweeting's relationship line. I think Poppy's was my last relationship line that I actually completed. Sebastian's, what a little prick he was. He wasn't very nice sometimes. Flight of the Good Flight. Here we go. Beat Imelda's time in all broom races. Here we go. So there are 3 broom races. Is that correct? Let me just. It is. Yeah. Okay. So it's after the third one. The broom races are great. It's a little confusing because you don't get access to the broom races until you've progressed far enough in the story. So you get the first one, and then you'll get the second one later on, and then but you get upgrades and you get faster brooms and when you upgrade that. I think the broom races are fun. I thought the controls for the broom not so good, although I got really comfortable with them and I got quite good with them. But for a while, man, I'd get on it and I'd just start spinning around in circles. I'd hold left and I would go right. It was very confusing. It took me a while to do it. But as far as the trophy goes, the only thing bad about it was there's only 3 races. I mean, I enjoyed them. Flying around on the broom was great. That's the way to travel. And once you get the upgraded broom, the fastest broom, man, it's good. It's good. I'm going to give that trophy. I'm going to give that one an S tier. That's right. It's better than the A. We're going S tier on the broom race. Who doesn't love a good, solid broom race? And with the lack of Quidditch, is that the proper word? Honestly, I'm not well versed in the Harry Potter world, and you didn't get to play it in this game, so it was fun to play around on the broom. All right, the Good Samaritan, complete all side quests. All right, so first off, trophies were bugged at launch, and I know some people couldn't complete all the side quests, although I think the majority of people say they couldn't complete all the side quests, just didn't, uncover this one side quest. The well side quest was my last side quest, and I was convinced for 2 days that I'd completed them. All of a sudden, I'm running around just getting the collectibles. If you're going around the map and getting all the collectibles, you're going to uncover everything. But I went to one spot to do a Merlin trial because you have to do a Merlin trial every 37 meters. and there it was. I saw a side quest. I'm like, all right, well done. Would have been nice if there was a way to, like, I don't know, find quests you might be missing. As far as the trophy goes, this is pretty standard 100% trophy. We'll give it a B. The quests were fun. There were a lot of them, but they could have delivered them and handed them to you a little bit better. I know there was a point where I didn't have any more quests. My quest journal is completely empty, and I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to do? And then it turns out I had to go into my mail to read it. So that's why it gets a B and not an A. Challenge accepted. Complete all tiers of a challenge. Well, you're going to be completing all the challenges on your way to platinum, so this is kind of more of a redundancy trophy, I like to call it. A redundancy trophy is something that you're going to get on your way to getting something else. For example, get 100 headshots, but there's also one for getting your first headshot and another one for your 5th headshot. You see it a lot in collectibles. They give them to you in like little groups. And as far as the challenges go, some of them were great, some of them were just kind of boring. The combat challenges weren't really all that fun. They weren't hard. Nothing about this is hard, by the way. I give the game maybe let's say a 3, 4 out of 10 maybe. All right, a keen sense of smell. Invoke ancient magic for the first time. It's a very simple trophy, but it's a very important trophy. This is a learn how to play type trophy. A lot of developers, really from the very first Platinum, and that was of course Uncharted Drake's Fortune. A lot of developers will use the trophy list as a way to kind of teach a player how to do a certain task, or maybe to do a task a certain way that the player hadn't thought about and hadn't considered. So having a trophy for invoking ancient magic is more of a, hey, don't forget you got this super awesome, powerful ability. And that's how I learned to play a lot of games. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you can do this. I like when games do that. But if they could do it in a more clever way than this, that's even better. Let's see here. Loom for improvement. Upgrade a piece of gear. You're going to have to upgrade, I forget how many different pieces of gear. One of the challenges is for upgrading a piece of gear, or many pieces of gear. So you're going to get that eventually. Hey, Jimmy, thank you for your 2 months of Trophy Club membership. It says, hope everyone is having a great long weekend. Is it a long weekend? Oh, it's President's Day. I don't know. What is President's Day? Why are we celebrating a bunch of 250-year-old people? It's a good day to get out of school. What was I? Oh yeah, the loom. As far as the loom goes, you don't get that until later in the game, and there's a lot of things you don't get until later in the game that I felt you should have gotten earlier. Like the broom is another one. I'm like, you should have given us access to that like before we went to Hogsmeade for the first time. You guys know what I'm talking about. But upgrading the gear is not great, not fun. It's important. Like the upgrades are awesome. Like, and it does help tremendously. It gives you a lot of bonuses. And if you put the right combinations together, you can be a very, very deadly one-shot wizard. The root of the problem: stun 10 different enemies using a mandrake. Again, this is kind of teaching you a mechanic that might be a little lesser, thought of. Throwing plants in combat isn't as fun as blasting a Leviosa spell or something like that. Hey, Jimmy's gifted a membership, and it looks like it's going to Formless Knight. Congratulations, Formless Knight. Thank you so much, Jimmy. I do appreciate it. We're giving you a triple shot right there. I'm going to toast you with my bottle of water. All right. Well, welcome, Formless Knight. Let's see. All right, so moving on. I'm sorry, I gotta get back to this here. The nature of the beast. Breed every type of beast. The breeding was a little confusing to me because I didn't realize the animal dens, you had to get specifically a male and a female animal. Obviously, right? I understand the basic concepts of breeding. Trust me. Breeding unicorns is something I ain't never done before. The animal dens are listed on the map, so they're not hard to find. Just got to go to each of the location and then capture using the nab thing. I forget what it was. Knapsack? I forget. Use that. You capture one of each. Then you take it to your what was that, room of requirement or whatever, and you can breed them there in a breeding pen. I think. And basically, these things are just a means for you to collect different types of resources that you can then further craft and upgrade with. You need a lot of these animals to do your upgrade, so you want to get like the various materials from the breeding. I could have done without the entire breeding, the animal capturing. I could have done without all of that. I feel like there was enough in this game. I didn't want to spend that much time in the room of requirement. I felt like the more I was in there, the less I just hated the game. Like I just want to go on and do something more fun. Is basically was my whole thought of that whole thing. Going through the potions, we saw a trophy share of this. Oh, my mouse is stuck here. What's going on? Oh my lord, my computer's like, you gotta stop. There we go. Going through the potions. Brew every type of potion. Easy. There's only 6 or 8 potions. Each one only, takes a minute and a half, I think, to craft one of them. So not too bad. Put down roots, grow every type of plant. Again, not too hard. The only thing that kind of sucks is you had to go buy the seeds and Hogsmeade, and I mean it's not as simple as just growing the plant, because you got to get the materials and buy the thing so you can craft it and then put it in the room of requirement. It's crazy. All right, so come on, mouse. Third time's a charm. Upgrade a piece of gear 3 times. Again, you're gonna have to do it like 20 times anyway. Talent for spending. Spend 5 talent points. Oh, I forgot to give grades here. Let's go back. Invoke ancient magic for the first time. I like it. That's an A. Because it's, again, teaching you a major combat mechanic. Upgrade a piece of gear. It's boring, but I give it a C. Root of the problem. Stun 10 different enemies using Mandrake. The actual using the Mandrake in combat is fun. Pull out this little weed and it starts screaming and stuns enemies, which is kind of great. I'm going to give that one a B. You know what? I'm going to give that one an A. I like that, because not only do you have to go and get use the Mandrake, but you have to acquire, and you can't just buy. Some of them you can buy, but you're most likely going to craft them, and that's a whole other mechanic that they're teaching you within that trophy. Breed every type of beast. I didn't really enjoy that mechanic, but I give it a C. Going through the potions, brew every type of potion. It's a C. It's a teach you a really boring teach you tutorial. Third time's a charm. Upgrade a piece of gear 3 times. Yeah, that's a C. Talent for spending. Spend 5 points. Spend all talent points. We're going to kind of group these together. Here's a redundancy. You didn't need a talent for spending 5 talent points trophy when there's already a trophy for spending all of them. So you could have used that one trophy for something else. So, yeah, they could have done better on that. I'm going to give that a B. Now, one thing I don't like about the talent points is you only get 40 of them. You get 1 per level, and there's, I don't know, maybe 60 total talents. I don't know. So you can't unlock every single one, and you can't respec. So that's kind of not really good in the game. It doesn't affect the trophy so much, but it's a bad mechanic in the game. Room with a view. This is a fun trophy. This is what I call a carnival trophy, a circus trophy type thing, where you throw in darts and the balloons, simple little quick tasks that are a little outside norm, thinking outside the box, using the game world in a clever way kind of thing. Although I don't know if you can miss this trophy, because reach the highest point in the castle and the headmaster's upper study. If you're going for all the collectibles, you're going up there anyway. So, but it is what it is. Spilled milk. Here's another circus trophy, literally a circus trophy. You have to use Flipendo 10 times to tip 1 cow or several. This is a great trophy. I like it. This is just a fun trophy to get. You get Flipendo sometime mid-game, maybe. And the name of the trophy, Spilled Milk, is perfect. This is an S tier trophy right here. This is the perfect carnival trophy right here. It's something that you're not gonna naturally do anyways. Like Room with a View is something that you're going to do. It's hard to avoid it. But the Spilled Milk, you have to go out of your way for that, and it's fun. Flew around the world. Unlock all Flew Flames. I'm gonna give Hogwarts Legacy here some props for having an exceptionally high number of Flew Flame fast travel points, and I appreciate every single one. I used every single fast travel point many times. It got to a point where I'm just like, it's 50 meters away. I'll fast travel. It's still fast travel. I actually use the broom because that's the way to get around. But yeah, that's great. That's a good one. That's a trophy that you do it because you want to make it more convenient for yourself, and it's nice that the game rewards you for going out and doing that, because that should be the first thing most people do when you reach new areas. All right, follow the butterflies. Follow butterflies to a treasure. This is another one that you're gonna have to get if you want all the collectibles, because the butterflies lead to a collection chest, which is where your collectibles are. Think about the chest, by the way. Just total side off topic here is there's certain types of chests you had to find and open, and then types that you didn't have to open. And I was probably dozen or so hours into the game, and I still didn't quite piece it together. But it's the collection chests. They have usually unique, ornate shapes to them. But they're the ones that appear on the map. You have to open those. All the other ones that don't appear on the map, you don't have to. The butterflies, however, don't appear unless you're close. But once you're close, they'll appear on your map. But following the butterfly, it was a clever way to discover a chest, and I appreciate anything that more than just seeing a chest out in the distance and walking over to an opening. I like, add a little bit more flair to it. I'm all for that. So I'm going to give that one an S tier as well. Rise of the Challenge. Defeat enemies in all battle arenas. Rise of the Challenge is a good way to get some XP and farm your challenges. What were the little like optional objective things or whatever? I forget what they were called. Good place where I did it is the northernmost battle arena. That's where I grinded out that one challenge. All right, so next up is Merlin's Beard. Merlin's Beard, by the way, has less people have earned this than they have. Where was the other trophy I was looking at? Then the Good Samaritan completing all side quests. Kind of tells you what you need to know, and that is there are way too many Merlin trials in this game. This is where we need to really kind of to have a conversation about number of collectibles in a game. Hogwarts Legacy has 603 or whatever collection items. That's part of the collection menu. Then there's 40 something balloon sets you had to go do, and 95 Merlin trials, and there are a lot of different other, not technically collectibles, but they're collectibles. You know what I mean? The Karen dungeons, and the demiguise statues, and I mean there's so much in this game to collect, and you trip over it. I mean, it's everywhere. You'd find the pages. You'd find two of them in the same room. Like, what's the purpose of that? Excuse me. And the Merlin's trials is something that only appears in the open world, and they're these I don't know, how would you describe them? I don't even know. There's like this pedestal, and then you have to do there's 8 different mini challenges associated to these. Some you have to roll a ball into a hill, into like a cup. You're basically playing mini golf on a large giant scale. And then there's some you have to spin blocks around, get fireflies with your wand and bring them back. There are half dozen or so different types of Merlin trials. And the nice thing about the Merlin's trials is when you complete the challenge associated with them, it unlocked more inventory slots. And one of the problems, especially early on in this game, is you don't have enough inventory space. And there's so many chests that you can loot, and you can go in a couple rooms, and then your inventory is already filled up. So it was always obnoxious. But you can go and do these Merlin trials to increase your carrying weight capacity, which you should definitely do. But you only need, I don't know, what is it, 50 of them to max out your carrying capacity, which meant there's 45 more that are just unnecessary. There's no other in-game reason to complete them other than maybe you think they're fun, other than to earn a trophy. So yeah, there was absolutely no reason for them to have any more than the first 50 or whatever it was. There was a point, we did a live stream, and I was just going down a path and cut through the forest, and I found 3 Merlin trials within 100 meters of each other. I mean, you can stand in the middle one and you see the other 2. I mean, this map is massive. It's like this, indeed, the size of the Japanese island. It's massive. It's huge. Anyway, there's way too many. The actual task of completing the Merlin trials, I liked it. It would have been total S tier if they had just stopped it the 50 that you needed to complete your Merlin challenges. So I'm going to give it an A. It should have been an S tier, S++, because those Merlin trials are fun. We're still giving it an A. All right, the Intrepid Explorer, discover all Karen dungeons. I give that a C. I mean, I just stumbled across it, just the trophy pop. I don't even think I ever went out of my way. I don't know how many there were. There couldn't have been that many. Let me see. I don't know. I can't find them. That's all right. We'll forget it. All right. So next up, visit the Poidseer Coast. Coasting along. This is kind of an automatic story related trophy, but it's technically not. But it would be impossible for you to miss, I think. So I don't know. It's a C. It could have been. They could have. I mean, there's a million other things you could have made this trophy into something better, like visiting a smaller. I mean, the entire area that this coast covers is pretty big. I mean, it would have been cool if there was like a little cave somewhere in a corner and finding that. Like, was it Far Cry? I forget one of the Far Cry. Was it Primal? Where you saw the dragon cave. You walk in there and it popped a trophy. It's something like that. Something a little bit more narrowed. But you know what? We're going to give that a C. Demiguy's Dread. This statue quest is actually pretty fun. I forget the dude's name. The moon dude. You meet him on your first time going to Hogsmeade. But yeah, he's pretty funny, and it's a good collectible quest. I say this is an absolute S tier trophy. This is one of a good implementation of a trophy, and it's a great little quest to go along with it. Definitely S tier on that. The ends petrify the means. Defeat a total of 50 enemies using Petrifish Totalis. Mr. Moon, thank you. I can't say this. This is the stealth trophy. You get up, sneak up behind someone, hit X or whatever. Raising expectation. This is fine. It's a C. It's a very boring, basic combat. X number of times trophy. It's a very cliche trophy type. Raising expectations. By the way, you can blame Uncharted Drake's Fortune. The first game, I felt like it was a template for games for dozens of years, for many years, even to this day. Get 10 headshots with this gun. Get 20, I don't know, one-hit kills or hip-fire kills or whatever. Reach a combo of 100. Combo trophies are fun. They are. You can get this naturally if you're good. I made a trophy guide for if you just want to cheese it. So yeah, but it's fun. I've reached 100 combos several times on my playthrough, so it wasn't that difficult. Finishing touches. Use ancient magic on every enemy in the game. You know what? I thought this trophy was going to be like one of those like, oh no, I'm missing one enemy. Which one is it? And then you have to go. I ended up getting this naturally because you want to use ancient magic as often as you can. You upgrade the amount of ancient magic you can carry. It's great. Becky used the cheese. So did I. I did it naturally afterwards, though. I'm all for cheesing trophies. You guys know that. And see here. Finishing. Oh, yeah. Using every ancient magic. I think that's... Oh, I'm sorry. The reach a combo of 100. I give it a B. It's a good trophy to have. You need something like that whenever you have a game that tracks your combos. And there's a combo number. You have to have a trophy for it. I get disappointed if it has a combo thing and it doesn't have a trophy. So the finishing touches use ancient magic on every enemy in the game. That's again another like tutorial thing. Like they're putting in your brain like you want to use the ancient magic, right? I mean, try beating a troll without the ancient magic, unless you're one of those OP builds where you one hit kill a troll. Spellmaster, learn all spells. I think that's probably story related, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if you can not get that. And then I like this. A forte for achievement. Reach level 40. The learning all spells, I give that a B. It's another thing you just have to have in there. Forte for achievement, I give it a B. But the thing about the reach level 40 trophy is I reached level 40 right around the exact same time. Right before, in fact, I had 100%ed everything. So they balanced level 40 for full completion of the game. Yeah, you can go farm levels in the battle arenas. I didn't do that. And if you're not going to go farm it, there's literally all the content in the game is going to eventually get you to level 40. Almost exactly. It would have been nice to get there a little bit sooner. I think the curve, the grind at the end it was pretty big. So yeah, that's the final trophy here on the list, except for the trophy triumph. Obtain all other trophies. Is there a trophy guide for this or is not? I would give overall Hogwarts Legacy. Now, Hogwarts Legacy came out with broken trophies. The tracking didn't work for the collector's edition trophy, and I know a lot of other people. You can go over to the forums. If you guys ever need a forum, you're missing something or you can't figure something out, the forums over here are just great. The collectible counter buggy, there's 250 replies. I'm over here. It's just issues, secrets, bugged. Conjurations. So, there's so much information in their forums. So if you are struggling, but they did come out with a patch and it fixed my trophy bug and many other people's. If you're still experiencing it, just report a bug, find their Twitter or whatever, and you'll find their bug reporting thread. However, because there are still some trophy issues on it, I don't want to factor that into this because they have been great at addressing these concerns, and the fact that they were willing to fix the collector's edition trophy. Not collector's edition as in the edition of the game, standard, collector's, whatever, or ultimate. No, that's the name of the trophy is collector's edition. But because they were willing to put out a fix for it in the very first patch, says a lot, because most developers would be like, all right, we have to fix this trophy bug, but we have to fix all these other things first, which is often the case. So it's a priority thing. So trophy bugs don't usually make the first patch. So I'm going to give them props for that. Hopefully I'm going to assume these bugs will get ironed out. But I'm going to give overall the Hogwarts Legacy Platinum A. That's it. We're going with an A. It's not 100% perfect. It's not S tier quality, but it is pretty close. Took me roughly 50 hours at about a 3 out of 10 difficulty. There's not a whole lot in this game that's very difficult because you can you can play on whatever difficulty you want. The lack of skippable cutscenes keeps it from being an S tier. When you're replaying to get to the map chambers as each of the 4 houses or the 3 other houses, going through that a second time without the ability to skip the cutscene was a bit of a drag, to say the least. So way too many Merlin's trials. I think overall there's an insane number of collectibles, but it doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's too many overall collectibles because believe it or not, I actually don't believe it. Except for the Merlin's trials. Merlin's trials just take a little while too. They're not that they're hard. They're not hard at all. But they do take some time. The house trophies were the only bad ones. Yeah, I get why the house trophies were there, because they want you to experience how the game plays a little differently based on which house you select. So I appreciate that. I just didn't appreciate having to sit through potions class 4 times or get a tour of Hogsmeade. It's just all of that is like, okay, this is not what the point of what this trophy is to show you that everything plays a little differently, not to go through the tutorials 4 times. It's 3 hours to get to the map chamber, basically. So Thank you, Jesse. There's 46, 95 Merlin trials, not 96. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assign a grade of A. That's a gold trophy in my book, guys, and that's a good trophy list to get after. It's definitely worth. If the game is great, you guys know that though, and if you don't, you should. Did I do my Dead Space? Yes, I did get the platinum in Dead Space. We can do a trophy review on that. It's pretty easy. Oh my gosh, my throat. I'm drinking a lot of water. How you guys doing? Someone say something. I need to drink some water for a moment. Next up, by the way, here in a little bit, we are going to watch the Kind of Funny Games 10 Trophy Commandments. This is what we're going to watch next. We're going to react to this piece of content. The 10 Trophy Commandments. Curious where you guys are going to land on this. My weekend was good, Cornbread. I worked a little bit on Saturday, a bit. I played some Red Dead Redemption. I earned... I think I'm up to 25 gold medals in Red Dead 2. So that's going to be fun. And... yeah, I don't know. No, not a whole lot else going on. The Last of Us yesterday. Hey, we just got a trophy share. God is with us. Got the Be Yourself platinum. What is it? Oh, Spider-Man, right? See the spider in the... Congrats there, Nolo Too Cold. Baronoff says, Brian, why in the hell are you wearing glasses like Bono? The trophy luck. Wearing these glasses boosts my ability to earn trophies faster. They're they're platinum lenses, sorry. Gold frames, the side and then the bridge. Oh yeah, they're pimping. The real reason I wear them is because the lights in this office is a little too much for my old eyes. After my LASIK surgery, I have a bit of an issue with the light, and so yeah, I'm like, all right, I need to find some crazy, terrible crazy glasses that I can wear. And these aren't designed for like blue blocking lenses or whatever, but it's doing the same. The blue light, rather. It's doing the same thing, and they were ridiculous looking. And I'm like, you know what? I need something more ridiculous in my life. There we go. Let's see what else you got here. You're working on collectibles for Dead Space at the moment. Dead Space is one of those weird games where there's a whole set of collectibles that are only available in New Game Plus. I thought that's a clever way to make you go and do New Game Plus, right? Ryan McKnight says, congrats on 1 million subscribers. Thank you, Ryan McKnight. I appreciate it. You know, it was a long journey, 9 years. Where's my mouse? I can't get my mouse across my monitors here. I think my battery is dying in my mouse. Maybe that's what it is. You have glasses, but you don't wear them. I wore contact lenses my whole life. And then I got the LASIK, and I like it. I can see. I can wake up in the morning, and I don't have to my eyes all dried out. Let's see. You played 21 games and got the plat for 20. So big games are your favorite. There you go. What do you guys think? We do this. All right, so here's the setup. Kind of Funny Games did a PS I Love You podcast. This is episode 154. Came out 2 weeks ago. This is Greg Miller, Janet, is that right? Janet Garcia, Blessing. I don't know how to say his last name. And then No Bike Mike, is that correct? Do I have the kind of funny crew names down? I think I do. they did a segment here. I guess this is like part 2. They did another one where they were trying to come up with a list of trophy commandments, and this was kind of like the finalization. And I wanted to do a reacts video based on what the crew over at Kind of Funny Games has to say about the 10 trophy commandments. And I would love to hear you guys chat. Let me know what you guys think. So let's go ahead and watch this, and I'll pause it throughout probably and comment on this.
Where you want it and how you want to be. So what we have so far are these 7. Then I will read you guys the ones we got in, of course, at kindoffunny.com/PSILY, where you can write in for free. And we will decide what will go on these 10 commandments. All right, Mike, you understand the rules?
Yep, got it.
There's rules. You guys got that? You got the rules?
Number 1, every game on the PSN has a platinum trophy.
Every game on the PSN has a platinum trophy. Doesn't every game already currently have a platinum? No, I guess that's not true. But most of them do, right? This was more of an issue back in the olden days. I don't think there's an issue with games now. You got Stroke the Cat as a platinum trophy. The Jumping Burger. Journey doesn't, no. But I do agree that every game should have a platinum trophy. It's just not every game should exist, I think is what I'm trying to say.
No more this little game doesn't deserve it. This little indie doesn't deserve it. No, we don't need that. Number 2.
I do. Overall, I definitely agree.
Multiplayer taste test trophies. So not if you got a multiplayer mode in your game, it's not get to level 1000. No. It's, hey, like play one match of this one, like Naughty Dog did it. Hey, play one of these. All right,
play a death match.
Exactly.
Play team death match.
Exactly.
Play capture the flag.
Then you put in the add-on DLCs, right? Because
what? Taste test multiplayer trophies. I get what they're saying. So like Uncharted had like just, you know, I don't maybe not Uncharted, but like a lot of games will have like win one match on each, or win one game on each map is a common trophy, like what they're describing. I don't know if I agree that this would be a trophy commandment though. I know a lot of trophy hunters aren't multiplayer gamers, right? But there are multiplayer trophy hunters out there, just maybe not the majority. And I think obviously up to the devs. If your game is a single player game and you're adding on a multiplayer component to it, yeah, I think it's a good idea for the developers to put these, what did he call it again? I wrote it down here a second ago. There we go. This is the top 10 right here. Every multiplayer test trophies if it's a multiplayer game. So yeah, I think it's good to have a taste if it's like The Last of Us, and then they do Last of Us with factions. It's like factions is kind of like an add-on thing, whereas the actual single player campaign is the core. And I agree with them. That's a good idea. I just don't. You can't make it a rule though, because not every game.
Because that's what we say. Number 3, of course, multiplayer is big time in the DLC trophies. That's what you do. And they can just be add-ons. They can be there at launch. They don't have to be a literal DLC, but just that they're on a separate list if you really want to go above and beyond.
So this would be like Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. If you guys remember, they added a new difficulty mode called Brutal Difficulty. And what they did is for each of the games, they had just the standard trophy list, and then they had a separate underneath it DLC type trophy list for just the Brutal Difficulty mode. It shipped that way. It wasn't added on as DLC in the standard way years later. I don't agree with that though. I think if you have multiplayer trophies, it's in the list. It's in the list. Multiplayer is part of the game. There are devs who spend their whole time working on the game, only working on that part. And again, not all of us hate multiplayer trophies, just me and most of you guys.
Number 4 was one from the one, the only Blessing Adeoye Jr., who said, "Have fun with trophies." What did that mean to you, Bless?
It just means that like trophies can be a way in which you can
add in a little bit of life and humor into the world, right? Like if you're playing
to the world,
right?
Remember the circus trophies or carnival trophies I mentioned a little bit ago in the Harry Potter or the Hogwarts Legacy list that we reviewed? Yeah, I agree. More fun trophies, but that's a terrible way to put it. Miscellaneous trophies is a good name for it. I call them carnival trophies, but more fun though. I mean, yeah, trophies should be fun. Trophies should also educate. Trophies should lead you to various parts of the game that you might not have been led to otherwise. Certain parts of a map or certain encounter or certain optional conversation you would not have seen otherwise. Anything that you wouldn't have expected to see naturally is a fun trophy for me. Like Stray had a lot of these fun trophies, carnival trophies, like the basketball into the trash can, for example, is I think what Blessing is trying to say.
The example I gave that ended up being a false example, but I'll use it anyways in Assassin's Creed. There was one where you can climb on a statue, and if you hang from the statue's dick, you get a fun little piece of dialogue.
Yeah,
that could be a fun trophy as well.
Fun trophy.
Yeah, exactly. Like trophies don't have to be
hanging brain. That would have been it right there. It's done. Bronze.
Exactly. That would have been it. I think stuff like that is way more fun than, hey, get to level 5, get to level 10, get to level 15. Sure. I think adding
those are I was telling you guys that earlier. I don't like those kind of trophies, especially redundant ones, where it's like 10 collectibles, 20 collectibles, 30. You would have gotten all of those on the way to 100 collectibles. But what my favorite fun trophy, I guess, would be the Uncharted 4, the E3 demo fail. I forget what it was called, where you just simply you didn't move. You just don't move for 2 minutes or whatever. That's my favorite carnival trophy of all time.
Thinking more creativity and fun is a really good thing for your trophy list.
We put in here number 5. Speak to a variety of play styles. You don't have to play one way. You have to do this, but go ahead and get in there. Try it. What about this? What about that? Try some parrying. Don't do the parry. Don't make it all parry. Don't make me parry 1,000 times, Mike. I don't want that.
Don't want that.
What? Wait, what did he just say? What was that? Hang on a second. Let me pull up the list here. I wrote them down or typed them out. Speak to a variety of play styles. Okay. So I get it. So it's what I was talking about before in Hogwarts, where they use trophies to teach you things, and you had to do the 50 stealth kills or whatever. It's kind of like that. Certain levels they ask you to go through and stealth. Some are don't use a bullet. They kind of teach you to do different things in different ways that you wouldn't maybe immediately have thought through. So I think is what he's trying to say.
Number 6, no difficulty trophies.
No difficulty trophies? All right.
None of this play it on easy, hard, medium. No. Play the game how you want to get it. Get your little fake trophy and have fun.
I give him respect for saying that, but no.
And then number 7, accessibility options don't affect it. This is one we've talked about before with our friend Steve Saylor, of course, the blind gamer. He wants to play a game, but if you go in there and turn some of the stuff on, in the past, lots of games have been, this will deactivate your ability to get any trophies. Lame, we don't want that.
Cheat codes typically will almost always negate trophies. Not always. And if a game has cheat codes and you use them and it doesn't negate the trophies, you're not technically cheating. Just for the record, not in Trophy Land at least. I don't know of many accessibility. You guys familiar of any games that have trophies that are negated when you use an accessibility option? I know there had to have been at a point. I just think more recently, and I know the first party stuff it's fine. You're able to use that. I used the high contrast mode in The Last of Us Part 2 to find collectibles. True. Axiom Verge 2 sort of does. Yeah, Uncharted 4, you can turn on the tweaks for crushing. So yeah, I mean, and Resident Evil, you can use the infinite ammo or a rocket launcher. I don't know if there's that many games where an accessibility option disables a trophy, but still a valid point.
So that then leaves 8, 9, and 10 open. Janet, you weren't here, and it was a heartbreaker that day. That was the day I needed you. You weren't available or whatever. I don't even remember.
You could have called me.
We didn't book you. I forget why. But you're a trophy person. What did you think of the list?
I thought it was pretty good. I think everything can kind of encompass my biggest pet peeve with trophies, which if you follow me on Twitter and see me screaming at anyone reading the Cult of the Lamb hashtags, for me, variety of playstyles kind of covers that, but I hate the try-hard trophies. For some reason, the most casual roguelite, whatever game ever, Cult of the Lamb, is like, oh, take no damage.
I hate it.
In these bosses.
I hate it.
Why did you do that? And sure, you can cheese it a little bit here and there, but now I'm out here in an RNG hell. And
so what is she saying? No try-hard trophies? I mean, I would like that for my own personal trophy gains.
It's a hell of my own making, admittedly. I could walk away, but why should I? Why should I have to walk away?
Are you still committed? Because it was breaking my heart. I saw that trophy a month ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm never going to platinum Cult of Lamb, and that's a heartbreaker because I love.
All right, what in the gods? Hang on, let me pull this up. Drag this over. Cult of the Lamb trophy guide. Okay. I don't know which trophy she's referring to. My mouse is not working today. Here it is. 33%. I wouldn't call this a try-hard game. Which trophy sacrifice? No. I'm trying to figure out which trophy. I feel like this is a case where you just need to use PSN profiles. Here we go. Beat these people without taking damage. Yeah, those no damage trophies suck, but they're good trophies. They're good trophy types. They just typically suck. they're hard for me. I get it. I get what she's saying. I wouldn't put that as a commandment, though. No try.
The game, and I know you love the game just as much, if not more, than me. And I saw you out there putting in the work.
I have yet to delete the game, so I would still like to try to get it. I have done 3 of the 4 bosses, but the one that I have left is really hard because it's the one with like all the knives coming out of it.
I don't know this game.
It shoots projectiles, and sure, if you are good at eyeing patterns, you could probably do it. But there's also like little enemies everywhere in these boss battles, so really the only way to do it would be to cheese it where you put on the gold cloak.
Okay. If there's a cheese method, she needs to be using the cheese method because it's an unfortunate name, but cheesing a trophy, 100% legit strat.
And then I get a weapon that has so much damage that I can just knock you out in 2-3 hits. It's like how I did all the other bosses. I already have it on easy. I'm doing everything I can, but at this point, I'm kind of hoping they'll add in more accessibility options that will just make it so I can get it.
All right. It wasn't necessarily an accessibility option, but I waited on my Callisto Protocol Platinum to when they added New Game Plus, right? So, I mean, it's not much different than what she's hoping for.
And literally, I am the only thing that I can think of because I'm not going to get good enough because you have to also then not take damage on the way there, because to beef up the weapon to do more damage, it's every enemy you kill 5% extra damage buff, but if you get hit, it goes back to 0. So I have to run through these rooms untouched to hit this boss. It's too much, and I don't want to let it go because I felt I think I can manage doing some of these, and after I did 1, 2, 3 of them, I'm I got it. I didn't realize the one I had left is
Is there some kind of gold cloak she should be putting on? Do you guys know this game? I feel like I want to reach out and offer help, but I just don't know this game well enough. I'm sure by now, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, she's probably got it.
The hardest one, and now I'm just frankly, I'm going to just restart the game and on a new save and try to do it that way because the enemies, the first time you beat the boss, when you come back, the rooms are a little.
You guys see that astrobot behind her? How does one get that astrobot? I want that. And she also has a trophy up there. I mean, it's not a trophy. I mean, maybe I can send her one.
bit harder. So I'm hoping the rooms the first time are on easy will be easy enough for me to beef up whatever weapon to get whatever damage. But now it's like, what am I really doing here? This isn't fun anymore. So I'm just kind of like...
But it's to that point where it's just annoying now.
She makes a good point. You never want the trophies to get to the point where it's not fun anymore. And I feel like that happens all the time. Like, that's something the game, when Blessing said, make the trophies fun. What she's describing doesn't sound fun. And I get it. We've all been there.
Whereas not only is the gameplay annoying, the fact that you have this one trophy that's going to nag at you forever is annoying. I know it well.
What's your nagging trophy, guys?
That was my mistake.
Why did I ever try? The amount of times I
was like, when you told me about the trophies, I was like, okay, I'm not going to get this platinum. But then, like, what irked me is I have 100%ed so many of the other things naturally in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I got all the little achievements. Like, I did a lot of the side stuff. Sure, I don't want to play Knucklebones, but who does, right? Like, everyone wants to be Gwent. No one's Gwent. Anyway, I'm stuck here. And if these commandments were abode, I don't know the past tense of abide, I wouldn't have this problem.
Which one of these commandments does she think wasn't gonna make this easier for her? I get it though. When a trophy starts, if you're not like a hardcore trophy hunter, it's really frustrating when you're just beating your head up against a wall for one of these things. I don't know if she's a hardcore trophy hunter.
So as I said here, 3 spots are open. We have 5 submissions from the audience that I narrowed down. Oh, so many of you wrote in, of course. Kind of
5 submissions.
I think so much. 5 submissions, and then though, maybe an addendum to one of the ones we've already read, Mike. We'll start there, all right? Maverick with a Y writes in and says, trophy rule from last week's show. No multiplayer trophies. I know Greg wanted it as a multiplayer taste test. However, as someone who rarely subscribes to PS Plus, it's irritating just to have to subscribe to get a platinum.
I get it. The PlayStation Plus is kind of the PlayStation tax, right? I mean, you kind of have to pay it. You had to pay the tax man. Sucks, of course. I think there's great value in it. It does suck when a multiplayer component, a live part of a game is blocked off, but I don't think you can change the entire trophy system to accommodate those people, unfortunately.
Wow, I never thought about that.
I never thought about that either. Okay. I never thought about that. You're kind of gating it behind there, right?
Taste test trophy is a better solution or better commandment than no multiplayer trophies. I know so many of you guys out there are gonna be like, yeah, we don't want multiplayer trophies, Brian. Neither do I, to be honest with you. I mean, unless the game, of course, is like Knockout City or Call of Duty. But
yeah, I think I agree with that.
By the way, why doesn't Warzone have trophies? I think we're going to add one. It's not just all games, but all PSN games, but like whatever, free-to-play games, all of them, everything. I guess that would fall into the all games have trophies.
I think I agree with that, especially for games that are single-player focused. And it's weird because I think we get less and less games that have a single-player mode and a multiplayer mode. Like, they're out there, but it's hard for me to name ones off the top of my head where we've gotten recently that have both.
Yeah, it's a callback, right?
Red Dead Redemption 2 is the current one I'm working on.
Right, I am thinking of an Uncharted 3 or something.
Yeah, and I think if that's the case, as a developer with your trophies, you got to choose which one is the priority. If single-player gaming is the priority here, then don't do multiplayer trophies. If multiplayer is the way this game is supposed to be played, then throw them in there, right?
He's not wrong, but I think even if it has both and it's a single-player focus, you should still have the test the waters type trophies.
So then what about then where we amend number 2 to be multiplayer taste test trophies if MP?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's meant to be a multiplayer experience.
Yeah. As the multiplayer guy here, kind of funny. And of course, when we look at the other side with Xbox, we talk about Sony really being those narrative single-player driven games.
Is he an Xbox player? I don't know his history. But it's still the same system, so.
Right. I actually like the idea of multiplayer trophies, right? I'm encouraged by that because if I'm playing a multiplayer game, I would like to work towards some sort of achievement. And so it is tough to be like, oh, let's just turn them off completely. I think the taste test was a nice touch there. I think the taste test is fun, and maybe you elevate that if it's more multi.
There have been games that had a tacked on multiplayer component to it Granted, most of the time I'm like, I'm not interested, but there have been times where I've jumped in and be like, this multiplayer is kind of fun, and I'm glad the trophies led me there. Not everyone's going to feel that way, but you know what? It's introducing every player. I think it's a really nice touch to have multiplayer trophies. Now, do you have to reach the max rank or get 10,000 kills like in the old school Resistance game? I don't know if you guys recall that. 10,000 online kills. Yeah, no. No.
Multiplayer focus, but doing away with them completely does kind of turn me off just a little bit because I do want to chase something on the
We'll
other
keep
side
them there.
of
We
it.
put the if. That'll get it done.
I like
You know what I
that.
mean? If it's
I
a
like
single
that.
player, then yeah, don't worry about it.
In the end, I think it's fine if they have even more extensive multiplayer trophies in a game. I don't like any of them that are 100-hour grinds. Don't get me wrong. I say if you're a single player focused game, okay, you could take half of the playtime of that, and that should be as long as it takes to get the online trophies of that game. I feel like that would be a good formula. So, for example, like let's just say a Star Wars game has a 12-hour campaign, and then it has an online component as well. Half the 12 hours, 6. So you make 6 hours worth of multiplayer trophies. My opinion, that's the ratio.
But here are your 5 submissions to fill this third spot. I will read them all. We will decide which ones we are picking. Sean Russell writes in and says, for the Platinum Commandments, how about if your game has collectibles, either have them on an in-game map, or don't require me to get every single one. So he just wants a percentage of them, or
That's Days Gone, right? Days Gone had a trophy. I think it was 70 or 75% of the collectibles. I like that. In a game that has hundreds of collectibles, I think that's awesome. I think that's really... If a game has 500 collectibles, and I know I'm throwing out a number, and I know it sounds like a very big number, but believe me, it's not. There's so many games that have far more than that. Hogwarts Legacy, which we just talked about a little bit ago, has 600 and something, plus a whole bunch of collectible things that you need to get. So I feel like in instances where a game has over 500 or 300 maybe, depending on the size of the game, I think in that case, yeah, it makes sense to cap it at 70% because I'm not going to go and make a collectible guide for 1,000 collectibles. It would take me 2 weeks, weeks and weeks, and that'd be all I can do. Or, and I know Far Cry does this and some other Ubisoft games, or you have thousands of collectibles, but you give us maps that we can buy. Give us a way to find them. You go out of your way to place them. You can't feasibly expect someone to go and find 1,000 of these stupid little things. You got to help the player out a bit. Everyone who gets all the collectibles in a game, 90-something% of the time, maybe 99% of the time, are going to YouTube or going to a website to get a guide. So just put it in the game. Cut out the middleman. And I know that's... don't cut out the middleman. He's a nice guy, I've heard.
or an easy way to find them all, which I respect. Could be after the fact. I always like a game that has an item that'll like show stuff or vibrate at the end, kind of like Uncharted, Nadine and Chloe.
And also, Metro Exodus has the worst open world collectibles because you can't see them. You have to like be standing right up to it and look directly at it. Collectibles should glow. There should be a little thing. There's, if you pulse it or scan it, it should kind of present itself. It should be like, hey, pick me up. Here's some lore. Especially if there's lore, behind the collectible. It's like you want people to find these things.
Story, which I always forget.
Lost Legacy.
Lost Legacy.
The best
Remember,
one.
you get that bracelet and it would shake when you were close to stuff.
And also, you also liked, retrying just the level, not replaying the whole entire game.
Of course.
By the way, 100% of the collectibles, if it's like 30 collectibles or whatever, or something like Dead Space or whatever, 100% of the collectibles, no way you should only get part of them or some of them.
Certain ones,
Of course,
like,
chapter
if
select.
we're going to have that, let's add chapter selectors, right, Greg?
That should be a commandment right there.
Jack Martin wrote in and said, thanks for reading my question last week that
Okay,
started
maybe.
all of this. Here's my one remaining suggestion. No missable trophies.
Yeah, that should probably be top 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be number 1, right? Missable trophies. There's nothing more heartbreaking than that moment when you get up to the end of the game and you've completed it. The credits are about to roll. You put your controller down. You sit back. You're getting ready to pop beer because you're about to celebrate, and then nothing happens. And then you realize that you missed a step of like a 15-step quest. There's nothing more frustrating about that. I agree. No missable trophies ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a very important one.
Well, save it. You got 3 more to hear. All right.
Fair enough.
Don't cast all your
Thank
votes
you,
just
Bird.
yet. Steven writes in and says, my number 1 rule after recently getting the platinum in Returnal is no trophies tied to RNG. That isn't fun. It must be the easiest type of trophy to get bugged/glitched.
He said it's not fun. I'm going to tell you how not fun it was. Some of you guys remember when Returnal came out and may have remembered me streaming it and whatnot. I had found all the collectibles in the game except for, I think, 2, but it came down to ultimately 1. And it took me 40 hours to finally get the 1 collectible. And it's an RNG case, so you don't, when you start the game, you don't know what room it's in. And if that room is even spawned into your game world, it just might not exist. Now, I will say this. They did patch Returnal. So it gives you your missing collectible more often, like much more often. So I don't think it's as much as whoever wrote this in probably tried getting the platinum when I got it. I wasn't happy that it took me 40 hours to get 1 collectible.
The platinum
and Monster Hunter World is a game I've not played, but I've heard from many of you guys over the years, which is notoriously terrible RNG. So
Returnal was fun overall, but the last few were annoying,
great.
all because of the random nature of the game. That makes sense.
That's solid.
I don't like it when I have to wait for something to appear. I would have loved to have Platinum Freedom Wars back in the day, but you had to get all my guys buffed up to whatever, and so I had to fight this one monster and chop off the very specific
did he just say he had to buff up guys? I wasn't paying attention.
arm, and the thing I needed was only going to drop 1 in 16 times. I'm like, I'm not about that.
The Returnal example is the exact reason why I never even thought about getting the platinum in Returnal.
Yeah.
If it didn't have any element of RNG tied to trophies, I would have at least tried because I love that game so much. But seeing that, I was like, no, I'm good.
Do it.
JB Money writes in to kindoffunny.com/PSILYQ. It says, 1 rule for a great trophy list is if an online server closes down, all online trophies should auto pop.
I love that.
Oh my gosh.
Love that.
There should be no unearnable trophy/platinum. It's my biggest pet peeve. Janet, that got a laugh out of you. Have you been burned by this?
I get it. But no. Because then all I'm going to do is go out and buy all multiplayer only games, and I'm just going to put it in my backlog and wait until the servers close, and then I'm going to pop that disc in and reap my rewards. No, I'm not going to do that, but people who would do that. Excuse me. I'd be willing to concede that if a game's servers shut down within the first 12 months, then absolutely. But, no. Otherwise, no.
Before?
No, I just think logistically, how do you? I mean, I guess you can do whatever, right? Like you can code in whatever to happen, but I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit.
There's precedent.
That's so into the weeds of trophiness. You know what I mean? We can't even get our developers to realize they can have a platinum to be that we're shutting our game down and our servers down. And so you need to add a line of code that if you get to the main menu and hit start, it's like the servers are shut down. Also,
I think you're asking for a little too much, even in this hypothetical scenario that we are creating.
And then Drew Sun writes in for the final submission that could possibly be on our trophy commandments. All trophies should be possible to achieve in 1 playthrough. They can be super difficult. It can be locked off till post-game, but it's got to be possible. Don't force me to play your game multiple times to get the platinum.
Yes and no. Not just across the board, single playthrough. But I don't want to play through a game on normal to unlock hard, or play hard to unlock impossible, or whatever. Whatever the hardest difficulty is should be I mean, this isn't necessarily a trophy thing, but it's just a game thing, but it should be available. That way you don't have to do 2 playthroughs. It's your choice. I usually always opt for the 2 playthrough method anyway, so see what else.
It's a surefire way to make me not even try for the plat. It's not fun, and it's not creative.
I will say yes and no. Like Dead Space, we just talked about a little bit ago, had a New Game Plus playthrough where it had an entire collectible set that led to an alternate ending that you can't get the first time through. So, I mean, in that case, playing it through multiple times is actually pretty good. A lot of people like playing the different Resident Evil playthroughs, the rocket launchers or whatever, or knife only, because there's trophies for that. So I think there's a lot of case for if a developer does it right for the right game, I think it's a great thing. But again, I think the highest difficulty should always be available from the beginning.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think the
Hogwarts
chapter
is a
select is what I like
playthrough.
for that idea.
Yeah.
Because
Very
that gets me
partial.
around it. I can go get the collectibles I missed. You know what I mean? How we did in Last of Us Part 2, right? Like when I was like, oh, okay, that'll be easier way. A good example the opposite way is like Dead Space, where I did my fun playthrough. And I was like, do I want to platinum this? I was like, oh, impossible mode. Oh, I still got to beat it again. And then again, I'm not playing Dead Space twice
Yeah.
more.
I mean, Miles Morales, I think, did the same thing, right? Where you have to beat the game
but-
on New Game Plus.
That was terrible.
It did.
Miles Morales
It
and New
did.
Game
However, you skip the cutscenes and Miles Morales is like a 3.5-hour game. Not that
Cutscenes, there it is again. Skippable cutscenes, all of them should always be skippable. And if you're going to lock a player into and force them to watch it, rather, second playthrough, New Game Plus, or any other subsequent playthrough should have skippable options if you've already played through it once.
you know what I mean? It's just
That's
longer.
a lot
sure,
of
yeah.
time.
It
That's
is.
time it could
Thank
be
you,
using to
Janet,
get the
yeah.
other trophies. Like, I hated that aspect of, and Spider-Man did the same thing too, right? Like,
Not the first Spider-Man, no.
They had a
Really?
New Game Plus as a DLC, so it was
Okay,
an
cool.
add-on, so it was an add-on trophy.
all right, that's fair and fine. But yeah, New Game Plus, like, no, I don't know anyone who was excited to run that trophy. The only thing you hear when it gets brought up is that, oh, it doesn't have to take that long though, and even that's like multiple hours.
Sure,
like, it's
that's
not
fair, that's fair.
enjoyable to do, and I don't think I think part of the ethos of trophies
I didn't enjoy it, but I actually know a lot of you guys did. And you guys have not only done that, you've platinumed the game twice. So PS4, PS5 version. So you're basically playing through it 4 times at that point.
is that you kind of gain something out of doing them, whether it's
From
more of a
software. There
completionist
you go.
run,
There's
you
a good
see more of
example.
the game, you think of the game in a different way, you have a different interaction with the mechanics. Like, I felt like I don't get anything extra out of playing New Game Plus in Miles Morales, a game that is already not difficult. So it's like, okay, I'm souped up for something that was already pretty easy to get through. I'm getting through it again without watching anything. Like, it feels
Yeah.
very needless. It's very chore-like.
That also, it ruined my trophy run of that game. Where I still need to go back and actually platinum that game. But it was
I
for
get
me
it.
the thing of I played through that game the first time. As I was playing through it, doing a lot of side stuff, right? Like playing the game the way I naturally would. And then I took a break, came back, and I was like, all right, let me do the New Game Plus thing. Okay, cool. I finished that. Now I got to do the same side quests and stuff to then get the completion of stuff. Like it splintered off how I wanted.
Why was he going off and doing side quests and such and other activities? Your New Game Plus playthrough should just be New Game Plus. You don't do any side activities. That's the way you can mainline the story. You do everything in your first playthrough, okay? You get everything. You do your crimes and whatever. Take down all the gangs. Do everything you need to do. Complete the challenges. You do all that. Once you have that, then you go New Game Plus, and you just literally speed to the end as fast as you can. And literally don't do anything else, because otherwise it's unbearable.
Or doing all that stuff in a clean way, where I think having it be the way that Spider-Man 2018 was, where it is, hey, you don't have to replay the game, just go out and clean up all this stuff. Makes it a lot easier to figure it out.
I feel like I've talked about trophies for quite some time in my life. So we have 3 slots. I'm going to let each of you
I hear you,
pick
brother.
one to add to it. So, Mike, we're going to start with you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
come on.
Remember,
Mike.
Sean wrote in saying if you have collectibles, in-game map,
Don't
or don't require them
this
all. Jack
up.
said no missable trophies. Steven said no trophies tied to RNG. JB Money said online trophy should auto-pop if the game shuts down. And then Drew said all in one playthrough, achievable in one playthrough.
Man, these are all great recommendations and suggestions from the chat and the audience out there. For me, I'm going to lean to no RNG. I think
Ding,
the
ding,
easy
ding.
one for me is to go with the one playthrough. I am, Greg, I like to call myself a man of the people.
One playthrough.
And I think a lot of people have limited time and they have a lot of games to play. And for me to replay Spider-Man 3 different times or even twice is too much to ask,
fair,
right?
fair.
And so I do want to lean on that one, but I'm going to go with RNG because I can make these two make the difficult decision.
Got it.
I do agree with that, right? There should never be a doubt on, do I get this special drop? Do I get this special pull from some sort of boss? It should be very straightforward, cut, clean, and dry. That's how I want it. So I'm going to add that onto the list.
Janet, you weren't here when we assembled the first 7, so I'll let you go
Yeah,
next.
that RNG.
What would you like to see added?
All right, I'm gonna go with
This not good.
no missable trophies.
Jack
There we go.
Specifically because, yes, from Jack Martin, specifically because I was looking between that and achieve in one playthrough, and I feel like missable trophies covers some of the pain of inadvertently needing multiple playthroughs. Because one thing if the game makes you do it, and even then it's like not the worst thing in the world and it's such a rarity, but missable, there's nothing worse than like
When you miss something yourself. Yeah, I hear you. Especially a collectible. Listen, I have one I don't think these guys are going to get to. I have a couple. Well, I'll circle back to it.
like if it doesn't have those other things built in terms of chapter select or whatever, then you have to rerun the entire game, and it's like, do I delete the save? Do I not? Do I play on a different thing? It's a mess. So I'm gonna go no missable trophies.
All right. And Blessing for
I
our
like
10th
that. I
slot
like
in our
that one.
10
You guys
commandments
agree,
for
right?
trophies. What do you want to put?
I'm gonna go with Sean Russell's submission about collectibles, right? Having them either on an in-game map or don't require me to get every single one of them.
We're still on this. I like having them on an in-game map. But like they're usually on the in-game map once you've uncovered the fog of war or you've pulsed and you scan the environment or whatever. I'm okay with when you do that and you scan, you pulse, or you're just in the vicinity and it just pops up on the map. What I need it to do is stay on the map. I don't like when you walk away and then, 4 days later you pull up the map and you're like, well, where was that collectible? It's not here anymore. Fewer games do that. Thankfully, I think more do it right, but there's still some cases.
For me, that second part is the more important part here, right? Where I understand not every single game even has a map to make that happen. But at the very least, I love the idea of collectibles in a lot of games. I don't think every single... it's such a popular thing to make it hey, get all your collectibles in order to get this trophy. And I don't think that's needed. I think that's the easy way to go with it. I think you can find more creative ways of get a few of each collectible, right? Or find different ways to motivate the audience to want to go out and hunt things down like that.
Let me see if I can revise this a little bit. Let me see if I can revise this for a little bit. What I need, a map is nice and whatever, but all I really need is an itemized breakdown of how many collectibles are in each little area. You look at like Hogwarts Legacy, you can hover over a little town icon and it'll tell you there's 2 collection chests, there's 1 Revelio page or whatever it is. Assassin's Creed, same thing. And they'll put maybe a little check mark on the icon when you've completely looted it. And you zoom back on the map and you hover over areas and regions and there's a whole breakdown. God of War Ragnarok comes to mind. And that was a game littered with collectibles, but it was made palpable because you can look at the map and by region and areas and sections. You can dive right into where it's at. The game has to somehow provide a way for you to know where to look, whether it be an icon on the map or whatever. But just wanted to expand that. Maybe he goes there and I'll have to cut this all out.
Well, I've amended it for you then. So your final 10 commandments or trophies. What's that, Mike?
You guys have 10 great ones. Can I add just a little small one onto it?
Bonus
Satan's
one.
Give them to me early. Let's have some fun. As Blessing put, let's have fun. Nothing feels better than starting a game and being rewarded early.
That first tutorial, the prologue chapter trophy. I don't like the ones where you just hit the start button and it triggers the pop. See, the problem with early trophies is once you've earned a trophy, you can't delete the 0% off. So I say give me 10 minutes before you pop a trophy, but I still want one early, and I want one every now and again. Nothing worse than getting through the end of a game and you have 3% of the trophies.
I think somewhere in there, give them to me early should be a conversation, right? It feels good to get a couple going early. I
Sure.
don't want to wait late games. So that's just my one, like, add that way down to your bottom.
I'm playing a game for review right now. I had to check my PSN profiles. It hasn't sunk. Not that it would matter,
Yeah.
because you'd see it on PSN profiles. But it was that thing of like pretty much out of the intro cutscene. Pop! I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's go.
no,
Make it feel good.
I'm
Yeah.
in the game. Let's have some fun. Let's see what's up. Your 10 commandments look like this
Oh, here
for
we go.
trophies, not for life. Number 1, every game on the PSN has a platinum trophy. Number 2, multiplayer taste test trophies if it's a multiplayer game. Number 3, multiplayer is big time in the DLC. That's where you're putting it, your add-on trophy list. It doesn't have to be tied to your real platinum run through. Number 4, have fun with trophies. Number 5, speak to a variety of playstyles. Number 6, no difficulty trophies. Number 7, accessibility options don't affect your platinum.
course.
Number 8, no trophies are tied to RNG. Thank
Ding,
you,
ding, ding.
Steven. Number 9, no missable trophies. Thank you, Jack. And number 10, thank you, Sean, and the editor, Blessing Adeoye Jr. If your game has collectibles, don't require me to get every single one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the 10 commandments of trophies as read by PS I Love You X.
You guys have any thoughts on this? All right. Sorry, Greg. Let's kind of go through this here. All right. So every game on PSN has a platinum trophy. Most of them all do. I'm gonna look here. We were looking at the Cult of the Lamb earlier. Let me just go to the PSN profiles homepage, new trophy list, more. All right. So platinum. All right. Monster Harvest doesn't have a platinum. Platinum. Sudoku Master. Riglorn Saga out of Japan. WBSCE Baseball Power Pros. Here we go. Pinball FX. A lot of owners. They're missing out. Make the Burger. What the heck is Make the Burger? But yeah, like, listen, Zenith, The Last City, Clive and Wrench, Little Witch Nobeta, Gigasaurus Dino Car. Everything has platinums these days. I'm not saying what he's saying isn't true. It's just, I think we're already there. In the old days, like not The Last of Us, Outlast, I meant. Outlast didn't have a platinum, and it was baffling. And I talked to the owner of Red Barrels, and they tried to get a platinum. They were just denied. They don't get denied anymore. Multiplayer taste test trophies if it's a multiplayer game, because God forbid there's multiplayer in a single player game. That would be trouble. I you know what? I let the devs, they know their game. But again, I still like my idea of limiting it if it's a single player in a multiplayer game. Obviously, a game like Knockout City is all going to be multiplayer trophies. Speaking of a game with servers closing down, Knockout City is closing down, and that game's only been out a couple years, right? Multiplayer in a separate DLC list, don't like that at all. It's part of the experience. It's part of the package. It's part of the trailers. It's part of the game, Not putting it in a separate DLC list. Now, I do understand when they take the hard, the super hard difficulty and they put it in a separate list, but I don't get mad at them if they don't, because I think difficulty trophies should be in games. Not all games, and not all difficulties, but we'll get to that. Number 4, have fun with trophies. That sounds like my carnival trophies. I like those little games where you throw little frogs on lily pads and you pop balloons, or the basketball toss. Something short, simple, and quick. You're in and out. You have some fun, and you get a trophy. I like those kind of trophies. I would love it if there was more. What game has a lot? Super Perils of Baking. Because yours truly helped make that trophy list. All right. Speak to a variety of playstyles is a good foundational trophy. This is really something that devs should be conscious about, and I'd imagine most of them are. Uncharted has, for this level, sneak through here without using a gun, or use being complete stealth. That forces me out of my comfort zone because I'm terrible at stealth. I don't like stealth. I like to just run in and make as much noise as I can. So I do like when a game's tailors a trophy. Call of Duty has a lot of those. So if you want an example, no difficulty trophies. I don't agree, but might I make an amendment to this? And I would love to hear from you in chat. What about we just eliminate permadeath? Right? We don't need no permadeath trophies. We don't need a Mein Leben, the Outlast. I've made a good amount of money on my Outlast Impossible walkthrough, but they're not fun, and I did not enjoy making those guides either. But yeah, that's my take. I would change it to that. Accessibility options doesn't negate trophies. Most games aren't negating them. The only ones that usually do are the ones that you're getting like infinite health or max ammo or spawning a rocket launcher. I don't know, whatever. But some games, let you use cheat codes too. But the accessibility options is, subtitle size and hold instead of tapping for QTEs, which is really helpful and comfortable. See here. No RNG trophies. Yes. Out of everything they put on here, that's probably number 2, I think. Number 9, which is number 1. No missable trophies. I agree. It's frustrating. Especially if you've thought you were going to earn a trophy for weeks and you find out, a month ago you missed something. Like if I'd known back then, I would have gone, restarted the game or something. No missable trophies, but I do want to tack on to this, and they mentioned it. Chapter select. Chapter select should be in every single game that has collectibles. And then no missable trophies. You solve the missable trophy problem if you have chapter select, usually. And then number 10, don't require every collectible. I don't like that unless the game has like hundreds of collectibles. A lot of games do go out of their way to help you find the collectibles. So I think we owe it to them to go find them. Plus, keeps me in business. I will say, like, Days Gone, I appreciated them only needing 70% or whatever it was. I ended up finding every collectible in Days Gone, but I appreciated the 70%. I would like to see more games utilize that and not be afraid to take that chance and just say, hey, all right, we know we gave you 1,000 items to find. It's, unreasonable for us to take that much of your time. All right, chat, do you guys have any others? There's one more here I just thought of. Skippable cutscenes. Yeah, I'm telling you. There's one more here that I think I want to add. I was writing this down. Let me add number 11 here. Right? Give me a second here. The 2 that I added, although the one was no permadeath. We all hate that. But I think it should replace the no difficulty trophies. That's what I think. There's nothing wrong with a game asking you to play it on hard. I like when games don't get me wrong. I also get more enjoyment out of the platinum in the end if it does have a hard difficulty playthrough. But not every game deserves a second playthrough though. Sometimes you're like, ooh, this game's not good. I don't want to do it again. And then you're screwed and you're stuck. I get it. But yeah, whatever. But here's the one that I do. Here's the one that I think would be, where's my, there it is. Trophy progress is always, no, always is a redundant word, not necessary. Automatically saved. Any progress is automatically saved. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that, okay? You pick up, you're walking, you're following one of my trophy guides here on the YouTube, right? You're following my guide and I'm picking up a collectible. I tell you, go down this hall, do here, you go pick up this collectible. Then you go into the next room and you fall because there was a hole in the floor and you weren't looking down or whatever the case is. You died and you had to respawn at the checkpoint that was prior to the previous collectible that I showed you how to get. Your first thought is to just go. Your first thought is never to go check to make sure that collectible is still there. Yeah. Games, when you pick up a collectible, you'll see an autosave in the corner. Games all should do that. For anything that's tracked, headshots, kills, or whatever it is, all of that stuff should be automatically saved to the cloud. So that's the one that I think, if I had to remove some of these, I would say multiplayer in a separate list. that's my that would be closer to my 10. Do you guys have any other co-op ones? What about co-op trophies in particular, Jimmy? Did I miss it? I'm out of water. I need to get some water. The Days Gone in-game trophy list. Yeah, they had a thing. I think if you swiped a certain way on the touchpad, they had a 4-way swipe touchpad. It's fantastic. I don't think any game has done the touchpad justice as well as Days Gone has. But one of them, you swipe one way and there's a whole trophy menu. Showed you. It's really good. Actually, it's really good. Time trophies. Speedrun trophies, do you mean? Because that's fair. I'm not against speedrun trophies, but speedrun trophies for some games has accessibility issues. Speedrunning for me, for example, a little 2D platforming game where you're using primarily the D-pad buttons and the face button. You're not using the thumbsticks. You're using the D-pad and face buttons. Those games, when you have to like hold the square button, the sprint, my thumbs just kill. I can't play those types of games for more than 30 minutes at a time. So for me, making speedrun trophies go away makes it more accessible. Some games more accessible to me, but again, that's just because I'm old. Uncharted did have a speedrun trophy. Now, Uncharted, I will say this about the Uncharted speedrun trophies: you can use cheats. So, it made it a bit easier, right? And plus, you could literally just speedrun through the game at that point. The times are very generous. Very generous. Speedrun Stray is another speedrun that was very... See, those are speedrun trophies that I do like. It's the ones that are... It's like the Crash Bandicoot time trials, whatever, and you're like fighting for every fraction of a second. I don't know what happened to my music. Oh, there we go. Some music on. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. You hate trophies that needs grinding, like collecting all the familiars in Ni no Kuni. I haven't played Ni no Kuni. I did play Ni no Kuni 2 at E3 one year. I need to get some water. Chat, give me a moment. There we go. Resident Evil speedrun and time trials in games can be stressful. Resident Evil in general can be stressful. I'm looking forward to trying out Resident Evil Village in VR. I think that's going to be good. Does anyone have any fun PlayStation news or any trophy other news that we can look on and read? I'm not against browsing the internet. We can do what's that game, Jeff? Guess the game? I guess we can do a guess the game. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to look at chat. Jimmy says, Brian, look at my PSN trophy list. All right. Jimmy, what is your Diablo blade? All right. You asked. Hang on, let me do the guess the game, but I'm just going to pull this up so I can. There we go. We're going to pull up Jimmy's thing here. State of Play, supposedly in March, showcase in June. Well, we'll see about that. All right, Jimmy, we'll check that out. All right, let me guess this game. I have no clue. I have zero clue. Is this like Animal Crossing? That's my go-to game for everything. And when I don't know what game it is, it's just Animal Crossing. Wow, this looks like one of those puzzle Artifact Mundi. Is that how you say it? Velvet, are you here? You know what I'm talking about. All right, so this one says down on the bottom, a galleon. Something, an upgrade to Wait a minute. Is this like... Is this Overwatch? That's my second game I go to when I don't know what it is. I've never played original platform Xbox 360. This is PS5 trophies, baby. It's all right. All right. What's the next game that I usually do? Stardew Valley. These are always just the games that you guys laugh at me for always missing. Oh, wait a minute. This is Hades. Is this Hades? Ah, this isn't Hades, is it? No. Released in 2011? Did it give me a publisher? It's action RPG. Xbox 360. 86% Metacritic score. I'm avoiding chat because I know someone's probably posted it in there. Ooh, what if we go 2000 StarCraft? Wouldn't it be like StarCraft 5? Because didn't StarCraft come out like 30 years ago? No, StarCraft 2. Develop Supergiant. Supergiant. This is gonna be embarrassing. This is the first one I've missed in a long time. I have no idea. Bastion? Okay. I would never have guessed that. Not played Bastion. Jimmy says it looked like Bastion. Jordan Robinson said Bastion. You guys are much smarter than me. New PS model in September. You know, they need a PS5 Pro. They really do. They do. I need ray tracing and 60 frames per second. I'm tired of the picking one or the other. Why can't I have both? Mark Cerny told me I needed to have both. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Diablo Blade's PSN profile up here. You guys know him as Jimmy Gilby here in chat. He has got 24 platinum trophies, so he is level 321. 321? That's right. It goes up to $9.99. His rarest trophy is Hustle Kings Gold, and then Pure Football Slump Buster. Interesting. They're not even platinums. Usually people's rarest is platinums. He plays a lot of soccer games, don't you? You a big fan of soccer there, Jimmy Gibby? Here's his rarest platinum. Found it. Here we go. Destiny 2. Ooh, do I have Destiny 2's platinum? I don't know. I don't know if I do. Do I? I do. I got it on September 29th, 2017. All right. All right, so his most recent game. What is this? Why do you have a whole bunch of 1%ers? Jimmy, we need to have a conversation here. Like, what's going on here? What is Two Worlds? Two Worlds 2. Wait, Two Worlds 2? This is a real game. I've never heard of this. Came out. Oh, this came out a decade ago. Oh, you've been streaming. Yeah, but you're not even earning any trophies. Jimmy, you know you can delete the 0% trophies list, right? Need for Speed, The Run, Shaun White snowboarding, Jetpack Joyride, Counter Spy. I made a trophy guide for Counter Spy, I think. You don't have to delete these, Jimmy. You do what you... Oh my God, Bastion. You got Bastion down here. How great is that? Mini Golf Adventures? Plague Tale Innocence? There you go. What have you been playing? Can I get rid of... I just need a not 0%. There's no not 0. Hey, let's just see what platinums he's got. He's got the Jumping Taco, the Jumping Hot Dog, the Order 1886, the Jumping Tofu. Don't feel bad for having jumping food games, by the way. A lot of us do, myself included. Artful Escape, that's a beautiful game. It's a great game. Wolf Among Us, here's a great game. I've never played it. I'm not into Telltale walk and talk games anymore. Fallout 4? Nice job. Took you 6 years and 9 months to get the Fallout 4 platinum. What held you up? Probably that stupid benevolent leader trophy, right? Is that his last trophy? Let's find it. Benevolent leader, August 12th, 2022. This platinum was August 13th, 2022. Interesting. My guess was off by a day. All right. Well done on that. You got the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. We need some more Sly, right? Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands. I've forgotten about Prince of Persia. Weren't they making a new Prince of Persia game? Assassin's Creed 2. This is back before Assassin's Creed got good. Iron Man 2. There you go. Mafia 2. There we go. That's a biggie. Heavy Rain. That's a great game. I love Heavy Rain. Man, Jimmy, you go all the way back. You go back to May 2009. His first platinum, I think, is The Godfather 2. This is a game I rented from GameFly and never returned. Yeah, so I got charged for it. Yeah, Heavy Rain. Burnout Paradise has 98 trophies, by the way, and all 98 of them are fun. Infamous. He got those blast shards. God knows we hate the blast shards. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. This game, at one point, was one of the easiest games ever. One of the easiest games out there. I don't know how long it takes. Let's see what the trophy guy says. 10 hours. This is what a fast and easy platinum used to be. Chat. And I'm not kidding. Terminator Salvation. This game is interesting to me because I think it's the first game that had all gold trophies. I remember people were confused by this when it came out. They're like, where's the rest of the trophies? There's only 12 of them. Now it's not so uncommon to have a platinum with 13 trophies, but this was just 12 gold. Well done. Some old school games. I remember WWE Legends. That was another super easy. Well done. Let's see what his stats say here. $3,000 trophies, 79,000 points. Game ranks E. That's because he has 124 F rank games. Monthly activity. He went a little quiet. He went a little quiet back here. And this is where Jimmy met us. Wait a minute. What happened January 23rd? Oh, it's January 23. Jimmy, what happened to you last month? 6 trophies? I'm just messing. Trophies by time. Let's see what time of day Jimmy is up. So Jimmy works. Jimmy, do you work? Here's where you sleep. Trophies by day. That's evenly spread out. I like it. I like it. AC2 feathers were nowhere near being a pain compared to anything in Valhalla. Valhalla is just a ridiculous time sink. I mean, it's 60 hours to complete the campaign, and then another 60 hours just to get all the collectibles. That's it. Oh my goodness, that game will just drive you crazy. I see a whole bunch of PSN names in chat. You guys want to see mine? Let's see what days I'm not working. Oh my goodness. This climb right here. You see this climb right here? Let's see if we can zoom in here. So here is on December 14th. I had 123 platinums. December 15th, I had 162. Oh, 173. That's right. It went past midnight. So I went from 123 to 173 in 24 hours. That was when I did my 50 platinum in 24-hour live stream. I did a 24-hour platinum stream. And and then I did a 100 platinum stream here. So I was at 223. And then the next day I was at 323. Oh man, that is a crazy trophies by day. Of course, when making trophies is your job. Trophies by time. Man, I'm up at 4 a.m. way too much. Even 5 a.m. I got 12 trophies. That's insane. All right. My game rank is S, average. So that's good. 609,000 points. This is only one of my profiles, by the way. I should change this background. That's a really, really old logo. This has got 413 platinums, but I do have another one. I'll show you my other one here. Wazamil. My PSN name. You have 3 trophies left for Zero Dawn? Nice job. Look at Jimmy. Jimmy's becoming a pro. There are 700 collectibles in Valhalla. You did 7 collectibles per day and be done within 100 days. Yeah, it's the problem with Valhalla is you gotta like you'll go and you'll scan, you'll use whatever, and then you'll see like the chest underground, and then you gotta figure it's like a puzzle. Like half the chests in Valhalla were puzzles. Kind of like the Merlin trials. All right, this is my first profile, so there's another 143. It's crazy. My rarest trophy here, MLB The Show. 009. MLB 11, 033. Rocksmith Platinum 044. Your medieval moves. This is a PlayStation Move game. You know, I really thought PlayStation Move was going to be easy. Like easy platinums. I thought it would be shovelware and be like, this is going to be great. I'm just going to like wave my hands around and platinums are just going to come, I don't know, out my butt or something. I don't know. Yeah, so that's my original account when I was super hardcore. Now I don't have time. It's true. I just don't have time. My current account, Hogwarts Legacy Platinum's at 0.4. That's going to change, right? We know that's going to change. Wise Guy from Blue Estate. That's a PlayStation Move game. That was like an on-rails shooter. That was really hard, very hard. I think I might be one of the few people that 100% in that game. Surgeon Simulator Platinum 060. My goodness. Let's check out Blue Estate, shall we? One recent player? Really? First trophy 9 years ago. Yeah, this is really old. 100% club. First achieve. Oh, I was second. The second to achieve it. And 12th fastest. Wow. Wow, more people have played it. It's awesome. Yeah, this is old PS3. I mean, it wasn't a good game. Like, I had fun with it, but you know, I didn't. Surgeon Simulator was super hard. They made the platinum, I think, easier or harder. I don't remember. There was I think they made it harder. I think I took advantage of like an exploit. I don't think it exists anymore. But I guess if you had a disc version and unpack, I don't think they had a disc version of that game. My brain just farted. Let's see. Sneaky says I got The Last of Us Part 1 Platinum trophy because of you. All right. I was watching The Last of Us episode. I don't want to give spoilers, but there is a scene in this episode where Ellie pets a dog. And my trophy hunter brain immediately looked up in the top corner of the screen. I'm like, no trophy. I was waiting for it. I'm like, it's glitched. It's bugged. It's a good time. Like I watched that show, and all I can think about, I might just do a trophy guide for the Last of Us TV show. Throw in some trophy pops. Like all the scenes. Like they pick up like the training manual. The very first training manual in the game is in the show. Kind of. There's a Guns and Ammo magazine. That's what it is. Petting dogs is its own reward. Aww. I know. I will add the trophy pops. There we go. You wouldn't get that one. You'd get this one. Well, unless it's the PS3 version. It's that one. What came out in the UK today? That's the best trophy in the game? You think so? Where is Last of Us Part 1? How far down do I have to go? Here's the rest. First off, here's my trophy milestones. Hogwarts Legacy is my latest trophy. We're over here on the right side of the screen. Can't Be For Nothing is my 400th. That's The Last of Us Part 1. 350 was Battlefield. I don't need to go through all of those. I do want to look at The Last of Us Part 1. Like, next week's episode of The Last of Us is the DLC, guys. It's Left Behind. Oh, there are going to be some good trophy pop moments in there. They take out the squirt guns. They go into the photo booth. Ding! I got you checking your own trophy list, your own profile. I'm telling you, you guys don't use PSN profiles. I don't know a better forum. Their forums have got some really good intel. Usually if I'm experiencing an issue with the trophy, I'll go there and someone else's has the same one. Hey, Jimmy's gifted a membership. Woo-hoo-hoo. There we go. Al. Is that Al? Welcome to the Trophy Club, Al. We're just going to call him Al, I guess. I think it's AI. You've got to remember, I can't see out. I can barely see out of my left eye. I don't know why I'm getting 2 stream elements alert still. I hope he gets Ellie's first joke in next week's episode. What was Ellie's first joke in the what was the first joke in the Left Behind? Yeah, the joke book should return. Eric says, Brian, I cannot wait to get my 4 honor plat this Friday. I've been waiting 3 months for this session to be over with. What? I don't... Eric, what game... What trophy? What session? I don't remember 4 honor. I'm going to go check it out, though. 4 honor. I liked 4 honor. It was a hard game. A 2.74% platinum. That's a goodie right there. So yeah, I mean, I got some of these trophies. What do I have? Not a lot. Recruit 4 heroes. There's some. What is the rarest trophy in this game? .10%? Oh, I don't know. There's a lot in the teens, but there's not a lot under. I thought with the oh, there it is, 4%. I'm like, because with the oh, there are a lot of 4% up here. These are all story mode trophies. Get 100% of the breakables. Get 100% of the observables. Maybe I should have made a collectible guide. Thank you, Salazar. Ellie already read from Joke Book last week. Yeah, but if you'd watched my Last of Us Joke Book trophy guide video, you will know that you have to do it in multiple places, not just... Well, I guess in that episode she did it in the hideout. She did it when they were siphoning gas. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Is it AI or is it Al? We got to get to the bottom of this. Let's see. Who else do I want to look up here? Any other Trophy Club members want to throw me a PSN name in chat? I promise I won't hate your let's see. Let's take a look at the new games that are coming here, or that are just come out. What is Loopy Ball? Have you guys seen Loopy Ball? What is Loopy Ball? How are these games still coming out? Seriously, this just came out 2 days ago. The 2-minute platinum. Like, I don't understand. Oh, well, looks like our new friend Ben gave me his PSN name, so I'm going to throw it in here. Yeah. Right. Privilege of being a Trophy Club member. I stalk your PSN. I stalk a lot of y'all's trophy lists. You guys don't know it. Infamous First Light. That's a great standalone DLC. Got that 2 days ago. Wow. Congrats on that. That's a good piece of content. Although it's only like 6 hours of content and it took you a year and 3 months. But hey, you got there. That's all that matters. Oh my God, am I reading this right? This has 209 trophies? Good Lord. Dead by Daylight's got 209 trophies. Goat Simulator 3. Yeah, look at you. You're a completionist here. Hang on. Before I go any further, let me look at the stats here. S rating. He's got 169 platinums. Well done. 69% average. All right. Goat Simulator 3. I haven't played it. Do you guys like Goat Simulator 3? Yeah. 209 has to have a lot of DLC. You can't have 209. You can only release like 1,200 something points of trophies, so that would get you 13 gold. like 80 bronze or something like that. South Park Fractured But Whole is a great game, dude. That's a great game. Platinum in 2 weeks. That's a lot quicker than it took you to platinum. Infamous First Light. Super Stardust. I love Super Stardust. The old school. What is Walking Dead Onslaught? Oh, this is that survival game. Never mind. Got the Sifu Platinum. Stick of Truth Platinum. Not bad. Days Gone. Got that too. Human Fall Flat. That's got 91. Oh my goodness. My God. Nicely done. Drunken bar fight. What is well done there, Mr. Benjamin. What is the game with the most number of points? Looking at that, isn't there a game by points somewhere in here? Popular games, easy games, hard game, most rewarding. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so Dead by Daylight is the fifth most, the game with the fifth most trophies. Well, that can't be correct because this has got 128. I don't know how that's possible. This isn't. All right, let's order it. Points. Oh, the points isn't going to equal the number of trophies. That's right. Okay. Order. I guess you really can't. Alphabetical. When did they put the show shovelware button on here? You can hide shovelware on PSN profiles? Did you guys know that? Yeah. I got it, Becky. It took me a minute to get there. All right, most points. Train Sim World 2, which has 255 trophies. 255 trophies. And the base game is at 2.9%, so it's not even an easy platinum. Like, it'd be one thing you start off, it's easy, you get the platinum, and then you get all the other 200 trophies. Now, you could, in theory, get 253 of these trophies and not have the platinum. That's insane. 2 out of 10 difficulty. 300 hours. I'm going to say, if it's 2, why is there so few people? Yeah, that's 300 hours. No one has 100% completion. No one has 100%. Let's see who's close. Wait a minute. These people all at 100%. Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm styling on you, bro. Hey, he's been in this stream. It's great. I look through here and I see your guys' names on here all the time. I mean, look at this. This is insane. This is just gonna keep going. DL Pack 1, DLC Pack 2, 3. How many DLC packs do you all think there's going to be? I'm just going to tell you, my scroll bar is way up here. We got a ways to go. 20? My God. All right, let's see. 7, 13, 18, 21. I gotta move my mouse. I ran out of room. 22, 23, 29, 31. Holy cow. 31 DLC. Like, can you imagine if like Rock Band had like, you know, trophies for every song? Every week they come out with new songs. Oh, they missed out, man. They missed out. They probably would have gotten a lot more sales from DLC if they offered trophies, at least for me. Elder Scrolls Online has 156 trophies. Has 31 gold. This has got to be the most number of golds in any game. Yep. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So the game with the most gold trophies is Elder Scrolls Online. Most bronze is Train Sim World, and the most overall. About 10,000 games tied for first with 1 platinum. Oh, this is crazy. 31 gold trophies. Would I recommend Maquette for a beginner platinum? Yeah, that was a free game. Sneaky, do you at one point did you when the launch month it was free on PlayStation Plus. I wouldn't buy it, but yeah, it's a. If you have a PS5, your first platinum should be Astro's Playroom. D Maestro, that sounds familiar. Yeah, he's a viewer. Let's see. Oh, so the base game has 3 gold trophies. So it has how many DLC with like what, 1 gold trophy? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Their trophy icons are actually kind of pretty. Look at this one. It's cool. Wow. This has got to have like, there's 1 gold trophy. So if there was 3 in the main game, 31 minus 3 is 28. So is there 28 DLC packs if they all have 1 gold trophy? Let's find out. We should see. Oh! Roundtree, did you change your name? Because I feel like it used to be Maestro. Or maybe I just typed it in my friends list to invite you into games a lot. That's probably it. DLC 15. What a short one that must have been. Oh, look at this. Oh, they got cheap. Oh, they're screwing everybody over. Like second man, someone over at Sony picked up the phone and said, "Hey, dudes, you gotta knock this out. Stop it." There's not a lot of owners for these. Like, it makes me wonder how much devs actually sell of their DLC. Your first platinum was Miles Morales? Your first PS5 platinum was Miles Morales. Okay. But was it your first platinum? How do you hide trophies? I didn't see that, Jimmy. I'm sorry. I don't know. You probably just hit the hamburger button. I should take a look at the Super Meat Boy trophy list. No, I plan on... Didn't I buy... I think I might have bought the game. I don't know. I didn't look at your list yet. Sarge, did you give me your... Pop your PSN name in chat. Yo, your first PS5 plat, but was it it wasn't your first platinum, was it? Obviously not. Because Sneaky sounds like he's going not for his first PS5, just first platinum in general. I would start anyone who hasn't gotten any platinum on Astro's Playroom. If you're a veteran, yeah, Miles Morales is fine. All right, Sergeant, we'll pull you up here. I knew your PSN name. All right. All right, we're just trying to figure out how many of these. How many did I guess there was? 28. There's exactly 28. I'm telling you, the trophy information tells you a lot. I knew just by looking at it that there was 28 pieces of DLC. All right, Sergeant. Let's look at Sergeant's all the way up. All right, let's see what we got here. Profile. All right, here let's just pop in the stats here really quick. His game rank average is A. You're not an S rank, baby. Just kidding. I don't know how I'm an S rank when I play so many crappy games. Look at that. It's a healthy number. How many total? 221? Well done. Level 525. Pretty good. Sergeant is not a morning person. He also has a very strict bedtime. I respect that. I wish I can just stop. I wish I had that. But no, I don't. See here, what do we got? Hogwarts Legacy ain't done yet there, Sergeant? Huh? Come on. Spend less time squeaking your chair, more time on platinums. He's chose a Slytherin. I don't know, Hufflepuff, man. Nobody likes Hufflepuff. I don't know what's going on. Again, something else trophy data tells you is that only 9.7% of players are choosing Hufflepuff. I'm not really sure this math works. I guess there's people that started and hadn't gotten to the sorting house yet, but yeah, I mean, it's half of any of the others. It's crazy. That's crazy. Otherwise, you're doing pretty good. 6 of 12 beasts, collections, side quests. Only one side quest. You know which one you're missing, Sergeant? Well, I know you're a busy person. We're all busy. I just don't sleep. I think what it is I sleep an average of 3 to 4 hours a night. I am terrible insomniac. Which is why I like Ratchet and Clank.
Ryan, you are very bad at this game.
Stop it, Amy. I'm very bad at. Hey, Flyby, welcome to the Trophy Club. What's up, baby? Flyby, I need your ALP, age, location, and platinum count. That's how we get to know each other. And I also need your PSN name so I can pull you up here. I don't need it. You don't need to give that to me either. Oh, you gotta be 35 for your last quest? You'll get there, Sergeant. One day at a time. AI, we can. AI, if you're here, give us your ALP, your age, location, platinum count. I tend to give the people who are gifted a little break on it. So I don't come off so hot, so strong. All right, here we go. Merlin Trials 10. Sergeant, you don't even know what's in store for you yet. You have no idea. Oh, you know, Flyby might have become a member from a different video anywhere on my page. I'm assuming he's here though. You can start the quest at a lower level if you want. Yeah, you should. Chow TVB Pammy V10 says, hello, I'm deaf, no hearing. Well, hello. I don't know sign language. All I can do is thumbs up and wait. Oh, wait, I have a hello cat. Or fox, rather. Thank you, Becky. Oh, AI, you don't have to drop it in the chat. Wait, you already did give me... Didn't we just look at your PSN? You don't have to tell me anything. You don't... I'm telling you, Jimmy. We just figure ALP, age, location, platinum count is all you ever need to know about another trophy hunter, right? You know what I'm talking about? What quest do you need to do, Sergeant? Demiguise statues. I have a video for you. Ancient magic on every enemy in the game. Oh, you're one off. You'll probably have no problem finding it in the last few levels that you have to go. Let's see. Sergeant's rarest. Is this Sergeant's? Yeah, Sergeant's rarest trophy. Oh, that's right. I'm so jealous of this, Derek. You got the Oddworld Soulstorm Platinum. I love Oddworld, but that Soulstorm just didn't work for me. It just didn't work for me. I got stuck at a really bad checkpoint, and every time I spawned, I like poofed right away, and it was terrible. Who's your Jag? How you doing? Is there anything you need to do? No, not right now. I'm gonna get a new list for you guys to give me your PSN names, by the way. So once we get back into the game nights, if you're a member of the channel, you get to participate in game nights. It's been a little while. Okay. Hoosier, if you want to give us your ALP, that's how we get to know each other around here. You can type it in chat, your age, location, and platinum count. That's it. If you want to give me your PSN name, you're a new member. I'll check out your profile too. You're from the Netherlands. Oh, I'd love to go there. Closest I've been to Stockholm, Sweden. That's the only place in all of the entirety of Europe I've been to. There's only 2 countries I've been to. I'm going to tell you one. Can you guys guess the other? One is Sweden. Now, I live in Chicago, which you may know is about a 4-hour drive from Canada through Michigan, through Detroit, I think it is. Oh. I did look you up already, Benjamin. Thank you. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Definitely not U.S. Oh, yeah. Well, other than the U.S., of course. The U.K., no. I've only been to one country in Europe. Is England still Europe? I honestly don't know. Oh, you're doing a quest. Sacking someone. All right. No, you guys will never guess the other country. The other country I've been to, of course, the United States, Sweden, and Panama. Panama. You guys didn't see that one coming. I did jungle warfare school at the military base at the entrance to the canal back in the late 90s. Yeah. You guys picture me in a military uniform? All right, what else did Derek do here? All of his rarest trophies are Oddworld, because Oddworld was such a ridiculous platinum. Like, Oddworld is, oh my god, like his top 10. What is this game? Master Builders? Oh, Lego Worlds. Right on, man. I did bring some Cuban cigars back. Yeah, I brought a lot of cigars back. Coming home on a military flight. It was a commercial flight, but it was like military or whatever, so we didn't go through security. You may have to now. You did a fair bit of combat in the Panama Canal on BC too. That's right. Raze, you got 311 platinums? Nice. Indy suburbs. That's not far. I mean, Indianapolis is far from everything, but, right? Like, what's near Indy? South Bend? Even that's like 3 hours. I don't know Indiana very well. They tell me there's more than corn there. Yeah, I remember driving. I drove from Chicago to Louisville, Kentucky, and we went. I don't know what interstate it is that runs north-south, and it runs through Indy. But my God, that drive, that was the worst part of the drive. Once you get into like Kentucky, Tennessee, and all that stuff, I wasn't going to Louisville. I was going to Nashville. Yeah. I'm not a racing fan, but I'm looking forward to trying GT7 out on VR. PSVR. My brain is. I think, guys, we might just call it wrap things up here. Do you guys enjoy a different format of the stream? More conversational. I would like to watch more trophy-related videos. If anyone knows any, like the top 10 trophy commandments that we reviewed earlier in this stream, that's their list plus a little of mine. But I would like to find some other content similar to this. If anyone knows anything, it doesn't have to be from Kind of Funny Games. Like anyone. I just don't know of a whole lot of. Well, I'm sure we can find something. Achievement video or something like that. Thank you. Well, that's it, guys. We did trophy shares. We did everything. I think I'm going to go. You guys are amazing. Love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Get me some trophy shares for next Monday.